And we are live, and the doors of the sanctum have been unlocked and open for the week. Welcome, everyone, back to the Sanctum Sanctorum. I am your illustrious host, Widow Son. With me is one of my awesome co hosts, Splicer87. Wanderer and Doc will not be with us tonight. Once again, this is another one of those during the week episodes. Luckily, we all got to spend Halloween together, and that was a lot of fun. Q even stopped by, and it's been a while since we all got to do a show together, and that did some good for my heart because it was awesome to have everybody here. So, but we are still here, and we're gonna be having a good time as we always do. Just to go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. Really helps us out. Hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell on. Come and join us whenever we are live and have some fun. We always have a good time when we're here. And the conversations are always interesting because you never know what someone's going to say.
And someone randomly shows up.
Right. And we are actually going to be joined here in just the next little while by Vila Vendetta. She and I actually crossed paths on Halloween, as a matter of fact. She was on Artfully Corgi's stream that she was doing, and I was in there for the last hour or so, maybe two. And we've chit-chatted on Discord a little bit, and I invited her to come on and join us this evening. We're going to get to know her a little bit and her channel and her content and the lady herself. So she'll be with us in just a little while.
Always good to meet new people.
Indeed it is. Splicer, how you been, my man?
I am doing great as always. That last Sunday, the Halloween show was amazing with everyone there.
I did enjoy that. I like the fact that Q dropped by for a minute, man. That we don't get to
talk about Call of Duty.
Yeah. No, you guys were like, your pants were turning to shorts.
Nerding out.
Right, man. Y'all were just sitting there with like huge nerd boners, man. I'm telling you. I mean, it's just like, do y'all need to be alone for a little while?
Sometimes, dude. Gotta happen.
What, the occasional nerd boner? Is that what you're saying?
Occasional nerd boner, yes. Hope someone clips that voice. Oh man.
So now we have Summon the Thunder and Nerd Boner.
Summon the Thunder, Nerd Boner, and Wanderer always likes to leave us.
Wanderer's sense of time? Non-existent.
Wanderer likes to leave you hanging.
Yeah. Yes, the infamous episode where I'm asking him a question completely unaware that he said that he was stepping away. And I asked the question, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm really just waiting to hear the crickets start.
Bonk. Hello, Bonk.
What's up, Bonk? And Miss Vax in the chat, what's going on? Hasn't been 5 minutes.
5 minutes in what? Are talking about our nerd boners?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Apparently he had a bet or something, maybe about who pops the first nerd boner. I don't know. You're sick, man. Bonk. You're fucking sick, bro.
Thank you, Bonk.
Yeah, thanks so much. So how was your Halloween, man?
I mean, it was pretty chill. After our show, I got to just relax. My girlfriend was here. I think we don't even really watch a movie. I think we literally just chilled. She watched her YouTube streams, stuff like that, Twitch streams. And I did my own thing.
You should get her to come on the show with you one day.
Yeah, you want her to come here?
Sure.
Well, I will bring it up to her. I'm sure she can make some time to be here.
Then she can tell us all those embarrassing stories about you.
Oh man, I'm sure there's plenty.
Oh, I'm sure there is too. Like especially when you get to drinking your fruity drinks and shit.
My fruity drinks.
Your fruity fucking drinks.
She steals from my fruity drinks. Like I will get a drink, but she's like, I don't really want to drink, but I will start drinking yours. That's her. she's that girl. We'll love her to pieces.
Well, she would be certainly welcome to come and join us sometime. Indeed.
Yeah, I'm down.
No, I honestly was the only day off I had before. I've been off the last 2 days. And so once again, I didn't sleep when I got home, and I stayed up, did the show with you guys. I played some Assassin's Creed 2, and then before I knew it, I was out like a fucking light.
That's okay. Sleep is for the weak, Widow's son.
Well, man, I'm going to tell you, Okay, because as I've said before, I work from 11 to 7.
Oh,
And so I don't get home until, maybe about 10, 15 after every morning.
yeah, no.
And so my days and time and everything kind of start to run together. Well, every time my first day off rolls around, it's like my adrenaline gland kicks in, and I will literally be up all day and most of the night, and I will pass out sometime between 2 or 3 in the morning. Happens every time.
Hmm.
And I,
You're good. Continue talking. I'll finish
well,
up.
I mean, well, what I was just going to say, I don't know if it's just me trying to keep myself on somewhat of the same sleep pattern. I'm not sure, but I don't know. It's like my body's just telling me don't spend your first day off in the bed.
I was pretty sure that last week, I think it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. I did a 24-hour day, like midweek. I was wild, just stay up the whole time.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, it's fucking rough, dude. It is. I've been doing it for over 2 years now.
Like you just sleep so hard on the weekend, though. If you like need to catch up on sleep,
Yeah,
and I
well,
was out.
yeah, I'm actually going to be off. And incidentally, I believe our next show is still going to be Friday, next Friday,
Okay.
at the same time as we are doing it now. So go ahead and mark your calendars and get that done. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, I don't mind staying awake like that. Now, of course, I wouldn't be able to, like back in my younger years. Um, I could
Back
stay
in
up.
my day,
Yeah, back in my day, I could stay up for a week at a time.
good times,
um, yeah, but I can't stay up like that anymore.
bro. I
Um,
have a stepbrother in high school. He stays up till 3 a.m. like every other day.
couldn't do it, man. Try no, no, no. I don't see how he does it because, like myself, like I always, like I wasn't the greatest student in high school, but at least I win every day. You know, um,
Hmm.
And it's like that story I was telling a couple of weeks ago when I begged my mom to let me go to a concert on a school night, and she let me go, and I still had to get up and go to school on like 3 hours of sleep. So
Wow.
I don't see how he does it.
I mean, it's funny because he's been playing with me this one game, not important, but we've been playing this game together, and my mother, because he lives with my mom, she's yelling at him to go eat his food, and I look, you want to call my own mom, and be like, hey, he's with me, it's fine.
Lord,
Yeah, rough times.
I'm just kind of. I mean, now if I'm going like to a show or something like that, then yeah, I could definitely like push myself a little bit further beyond the limit. Um,
Hmm.
but there's got to be some kind of activity that's like gonna like jolt my brain long enough to keep me awake. Um,
Hmm.
have you ever been driving and just not remembering most of it?
I mean, I space out sometimes, but not really anymore. I had like a few like late night drives after going out and drinking and stuff.
Um,
Like you sober up and then you drive home, but you're like super tired, so it's tough.
oh man,
Yeah.
me and two of my friends, we were coming back from Memphis, Tennessee, from a concert, and we stopped somewhere and we ate, and then we got on the road. As soon as we got onto the highway heading back into Mississippi, the moment the wheels hit that 4 lane highway, I don't I literally do not remember anything until we got to the next town, which was about maybe 45 miles down the highway. I don't remember a bit of it.
I mean, you are driving mostly straight, right? So
Well, yes, but like I said, I don't remember any of it. None of it.
it's always a surreal moment, isn't it?
And that's kind of, I mean, that kind of shocks me in a way. I'm just like, what the fuck?
I guess I did have my 12-hour trip from my state. I like drove across like the whole U.S. in like a day. So like north to south.
I was about to say, I was going to say that's kind of impossible.
North to south, I drove across the whole U.S. And it was like mostly continuous drive just to get gas. You'd stop. It was a long day. I think it was just 12 hours, but still.
Dude, that's one thing that
12 hours of driving though.
I've never been out of the South. Like
Mhm.
I was born and raised in Mississippi, and now I live in Alabama, which isn't much better. But um I mean, I've been all over the South, but I've never been out of it.
Well,
And there's a
I'm
lot
from
of
the north.
there's a lot. Well, you're from the Midwest.
Winter is coming.
Yes, it is, and you live in Flatland. Sucks to be you.
Yeah. It's fine. Ice, whatever. Crash my car.
Oh, stop it, dude.
It's not like I haven't done it before.
Well, I know, but dude, don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Um,
I drive safe these days. I'm very safe. Kicking into neutral. Be careful on the brakes. Slow it down earlier. Easy.
well, yeah. Well, but there's so many places that I would like to see. Like I would love to go to Pittsburgh. Um,
Never been there.
I'd love to go to Pittsburgh. Love to go and see a Steelers game. Um, New York is to me is kind of cliche, to be honest with you.
Well, Wonks, it's already frosted up in here. Piss about it, maybe.
Yeah, piss about it, maybe. You're up there with your frost.
Another
and your,
meme for the freaking times, dude.
up there with your fucking frost and your Patriots and your fucking baseball teams and whatnot. Pats suck. Fuck Tom Brady. I don't give
Baseball with your swatters.
Yeah. Your teams in the Northeast didn't make it to the fucking World Series there, did they, pal? Not that I give a shit because I don't watch baseball anymore.
Bro, how about the Cubs that one year, dude? They almost won.
No, the Cubs did win.
Oh, they did win that one year after that.
Mm-hmm.
They're like a year off of the Back to the Future year. Yeah.
I think so, but it'd been like the first time that they had won in like God knows how many years.
It was massive.
It was a massive amount of years, yes. And look who is lurking in the shadows. Greetings, Sir Hatman. Good to see you here, mentor. And real quick, I'm going to shout out my YouTube mentor, Sir Hatman, as I call him, a gentleman and a scholar, and always a pleasure to talk to. If you don't already sub to his channel, please go and find his channel Hatman, sub to his main channel, and also Sir Hatman, his other channel. His live streams are great. I usually try to be there with my work schedules. Now I don't really get to catch them the way that I should, but he is always welcome here, and we love him dearly. But no,
you good?
Yeah, man. Yeah. What the fuck were we talking about?
Stuff
and things,
stuff and
man.
Things.
So
as always. Never
stuff
failed.
with the things on it.
You got distracted by the lurk.
So I messaged you on Discord last night.
You sure did.
And now I am not going to tell. I mean, my part of the story is very clear, but I'm going to let you explain the premise of this small conversation that we have, because I've given you permission to rip on me as much as you like for what happened, for what happened. So if you will please go ahead. The lurkiest lurker that ever lurked while lurking. Indeed, sir.
Oh man.
You are indeed the shadows.
If a woodchuck could chuck wood.
So
you're talking about the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's not part of our conversation last night.
Right. I mean right. That's what I was talking about, the movie. Because if everyone remembers, over the last several episodes and on the Halloween episode, which incidentally, once again, Splicer, that argument was your fault
It's been
once
a
again.
running gag that I keep
Yes,
bringing it up because it's
yes, you
funny.
do. Yes. And so, you know what? It finally broke me.
Guys, he watched it. He watched Nightmare on Elm Street, the remaster, the really bad remaster.
Yes, I went back and I watched the Nightmare on
He
Elm
did
Street
it.
remake.
You
The
got to
second
see me
time,
get the curve.
the second time I watched it,
Oh man.
and I have I have a verdict. I have a verdict. It still sucks. The biggest, sweatiest, gnarliest looking pair of donkey balls that I've ever fucking seen in my life. It is so goddamn terrible.
Now's your chance to make like a video essay on it.
No, I'm good because I'm not ever going to watch that again.
It's the worst movie ever. Freddy Krueger isn't Freddy Krueger anymore.
No, dude, I've seen a lot of bad movies. You want to see one of the absolute most terrible movies that in existence, and it has a really big cult following. Go and watch Troll 2.
Troll 2?
Yes.
Never heard of it.
You haven't missed much because it's fucking awful.
I mean, is it like The Room, like bad where it's funny, or is it just literally that bad?
Wanderer's here.
Yeah.
Don't look so sad, buddy.
It's okay, Wanderer. We miss you.
Hi, Wanderer. We love you. Is that the only one when they? I don't
know. Like Bachna exists.
Yeah, I'm just kind of.
Oh look, it's truly Canadian too.
Hey, what's up, truly Canadian? How good to see you here, man.
Hello, sir.
But yeah, I finally went back and I watched it, and it did not meet any expectations. Once again, makeup terrible, acting terrible, Freddy atrocious, backstory absolutely fucking once again atrocious.
Atrocious. What about the scene where the parents freaking burn him down? That wasn't fun.
No, it was not. Like
cringe acting all the way through.
Oh god. Like I'll give it only one, maybe like one thing I did like. I did like the effect of the hallway of blood. I did like it.
See, there's one good thing about it. One small
detail. Yeah. Like not even a morsel of a fucking detail. Let's just put it that way.
I think that's more of a like modern technology thing, like opposed to like an actual like of the movie.
Well, right, I get that. Well, see, one thing and one thing about the original movies, which I know you haven't seen them. There's a scene in the first movie where and incidentally, you should really check out the first one because that is Johnny Depp's very first movie.
That's funny.
Ever. He played Nancy's boyfriend.
I know, now look at him.
So anyway, there's a scene where his character gets pulled through his bed and killed by Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of this blood literally just starts pouring out of the hole in the bed and like staying up on the ceiling. And you're kind of wondering how they did that. There is I'm trying to remember the name of it, but the documentary is like 4 hours long. Ugh. And it's I think it's called Never Sleep Again, and it's about the entire Nightmare on Elm Street series. And they break every movie down and they talk to people who acted in that particular sequel and everything like that. Very interesting. Very interesting.
I'm sure they'll try again with the reboot.
No, I don't think this one would be a reboot. If Robert Englund is in fact going to come back and do it one more time, then no, they will find a way to.
Well, yeah, that'll be a legit one, but like,
yeah,
I'm saying like if you can or whatever, or something happens.
Well,
yeah.
Well, right now, I'm just keeping my fingers crossed for it. To be honest with you,
look at these people.
Right, I know. Hey, Silent One is here. Good to see you, my friend. Missed you on the last one. Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yo,
Got him.
Wanderer got a date. He's becoming a.
You couldn't say it.
like
YouTube
I
gods.
like I was not gonna say anything, but yeah, I've been calling Wanderer Big Pimpin for like the last few days. So he is no longer the ball assassin. Well, no, he can keep the ball assassin title too as well.
Ball
But
assassiner.
no, it's just the ball assassin.
Well, it was sort of like the Wanderer joke. He called himself the ball assassiner. I'm not a pimp.
No,
Girls are hot, and I'm afraid of them. Oh man, that's okay, Wanderer.
he's being modest.
And
Is what it
those
is.
women are so scary, right? Yup.
Yeah, man. Like how me and Splicer have actually met any over our years on the planet, I'll never know.
And you, what's a female again?
We're like, what's a girl?
No, this would be the part where she joins the chat. This is the part where she joins. I was hoping that she'd be backstage and you were just waiting for a perfect moment to bring her in.
Well, no, you would be seeing her. If she were backstage, you'd see her.
I can see that? I don't know if I
Yeah.
can.
Well,
I don't think I've been able to this whole time.
I know. I don't think you can either.
Because you say you have a special guest, and then everyone's all like, "Oh, there he is." I think that's the point.
I've dude, we need to do another wrestling show soon.
Well, then get Bran in here.
I'm gonna reach out to Bran and see when Bran is available, and see if we can set up another wrestling nerd SmackDown.
SmackDown.
And definitely got to see about getting Jake to come back on.
Wrestling Nerds Raw.
No, Wrestling Nerds Raw just sounds kind of weird, man. It's just weird. So yeah, we'll just strike that statement from the record.
We are live.
We will.
Monday Night Raw.
Rock bottom. Oh my God, King! It's a slobber knocker. Stone cold.
Bring your guitar and start singing in Spanish. I agree. Virtual agents.
Wanderer is apparently narking on somebody, or somebody narked on him.
It's whatever that British Secret Service is. I don't know.
Interpol in Scotland Yard. Scotland Yard.
Okay. International police. Is that what that means?
What, Interpol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go with that. Moving on.
You're the one that brought it up, dude.
You're right. It was my mistake. Moving on.
But going back to what we were talking about, no, they would have to find a way to properly re-engage the story. I mean, you could pick it up, I guess, maybe where Freddy versus Jason ended, maybe. Probably. Well, no, you technically couldn't.
Excuse me.
But if they are in fact going to do this and Robert Englund is going to play Freddy one more time, I have a feeling that they're going to really ask his. I mean, honestly, if they know what they're doing, they will ask for Robert Englund's input. Just be like, look, read the character, tell us what we need to change. That's exactly what I would do. I'd just be like, look, here's the script, read your part, whatever you want to add, let us know. Whatever you want to change, let us know. Whatever you want to take out, let us know. This is your character. You build it. Mm-hmm. That's really what they need to do. Is let him, just give him basically creative control. That's the only way I think it would really work. But no, you should. I mean, obviously, if you wanted to watch it in pieces, you could. But I would honestly, dude, if you wanted to go and actually watch the series from start to finish, watch it and then go watch the documentary. Because the documentary is actually really, really interesting and it's really entertaining. And yes, I did sit through the entire thing.
Marathon.
I don't even remember where I think I found it on like Hulu or Netflix or just somewhere. I don't even remember. And I just saw it and I'm like, okay, I'll bite. And 4 hours later, I'm like, wow, that was awesome.
Wow.
so, so you finally did your other homework
I finally did
assignment.
it. We're only like 3 weeks late.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to dock 50 points off of your final grade.
That's okay, Captain.
Um,
Not a problem.
Mr. Anderson, don't think that I don't know that this assignment scares the hell out of you, you mole.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Oh man.
No,
Okay, so
I
you
watched Evil Dead,
yes, you watched the original
1981.
1981 Evil Dead with Bruce Campbell.
Yep.
Now it's been a long time since I've seen this movie, so we're just kind of gonna go up basically off of your notes and everything,
Yep.
and just
Yeah.
a little back and forth with it. So, the main character, obviously, his name is Ash, and it's him. I believe it's his girlfriend or his fiance,
Yeah. His
or
girlfriend Linda, his
uh huh,
sister Cheryl, and their
yes,
friend Scott with his
yes,
girlfriend Shelley.
yes. So there are four
5.
women and four women and no, is
3
it,
women and 2 guys.
okay, yes, okay. And no, this isn't. We're not describing the detail of like some really sleazy porno. So for those pervs in the chat, sorry to bust your proverbial
I
bubble.
have not watched Christine yet, Silent One.
So they're in the house, they're looking around, they find the book, they find the tape recorder, all this good stuff. So let's hear what you have to say.
Okay, well, first off, I want to say the start of the movie kind of slow. Like they almost hit someone in their car driving down the road, and then they decide to go to this house in the middle of nowhere and then stay in it for some reason. Like I don't know about you, but I usually don't stay in random houses. But whatever.
Whatever floats your boat,
And they're
man.
just looking around, finding things, and yes, as you mentioned, they find this book, which is supposed to be the Book of the Dead. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it's like the Sumerian version of the Egyptian Book of the Dead, something, something, something. And the archaeologist tape recorder, and he like, um, when he plays this tape, he starts like talking about like his research, and then he starts like reading the book and like summoning a demonic entity of some sort. But I guess the recording of him saying it also triggers it. Is that what I'm getting at?
Um, I think that was, if I remember correctly, yes, that was in fact
I
part
don't
of the
really know
premise
how
for
to
it.
like describe this film. It's very strange to me. Like
Well,
I went in knowing nothing about this. Like I literally only know Ash from the new Evil Dead that I haven't seen. He's in Dead by Daylight.
um, okay. Well, now, well, let's discuss this from a different perspective. Um, because you did go in blind to this.
Yeah, I had no idea what this was about at all.
Because I figured you probably, when I recommended Dead Poet Society, I'm sure you immediately went to Wikipedia and read about it.
No,
Um,
actually,
oh,
no. I just watched that movie too, straight up.
okay, okay.
I was going blind to these, so I have a unique take.
Um, the movie is definitely for its time because for you youngsters out there that don't really understand how movies used to be, because see, back in my day, we were
Couldn't just CGI at all.
yeah, that's essentially it. And I grew up watching movies like Ghostbusters and Back to the Future and the first Jurassic Park. Um,
Still
let's
supposed to see
see,
that.
Batman, the first Batman with Michael Keaton, for fuck's sake. Um, and then like looking into like the horror movies, you had the Nightmare series, you had the Evil Dead series, the Friday the 13th, Halloween, you had Hellraiser, and of course a lot of those franchises don't know when to stop. um Hellraiser is really getting drugged through the coals. Incidentally, though, the last one they put out was actually really good. um
Probably
Everything.
still good. I don't care what anyone says. It's had a lot of rough patches, but it's pretty good right now.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure that now that Jamie Lee Curtis has come back, um,
Yeah.
You
She did
know,
a
I
pretty good job in like the last one, not the one that just came out, the one before that, where she's mostly like in the
mhm.
film. I think she did a pretty good job
Oh,
reprising
she
people.
she did an amazing job. She really, really did. I was
Hmm. Anyway, back to the Evil
there
Dead.
was I'm just really skeptical about, like, I saw the Evil Dead remake, but I went into it very skeptical. Um,
Haven't seen it.
you haven't missed much because
Hmm.
I'm trying to think how to put it into words, to be honest with you. Um, but anyway, the remake was good for what it was. There is one really cool scene where it actually does start raining blood.
Wow.
And when I
All right.
went to see it in the theater and I was seeing it do that, I'm like, okay, whoever made this movie, if you have any sense about you, you should have gotten the rights to Rain and Blood by Slayer, and that should be playing right now. And they didn't fucking do it.
I'm sure that song was expensive at the time. The rights to
No.
the song to play it, like licensing issues are pretty crazy with music these days.
Well, I mean, when you're dealing now, I don't know real. I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs about that shit, but I was sick that day of law school. But I mean, yes, I'm sure it costs a lot of money. Oh, I mean, it clearly costs a lot of money to be able to have a song on a soundtrack or in a movie. A good example of that would be the movie Dazed and Confused. Um, Stoner movie set in the 70s, Matthew McConaughey's first flick. He does a really good job of it. You got a young Ben Affleck in it as well. Um, but I can't remember how much the budget for the film was, but they spent a majority of their budget just to get the rights to have the Aerosmith song Sweet Emotion in the movie. And they they wouldn't even let them put it on the soundtrack.
Wow.
But
All
it's
right.
in the damn movie. But yeah, I mean, it can cost a lot, but I mean, if you're getting, and that was kind of a low budget film for its time in a way, but when you're dealing with a budget of, say, like, $15 million or whatever, and a band wants 8 grand for you to have their song in the movie, okay, here you go. um
Depends on your budget versus how much
eh,
they want.
right.
Because movies, they don't exactly change over time. Yeah, you could technically go back and edit them and resell them, but like the original copies will still have that original song in it. So like, it's not like this like game situation. So like a lot of video games these days have just been updated to
We
have their
have,
songs removed.
according to Silent One, we have to talk about Christmas now. um
What? It's November.
yeah, it's November and we haven't even had Thanksgiving
Break
yet.
out the eggnog.
Yeah, it's bad enough that I'm already going into stores and seeing fucking Christmas decorations out, and I'm like, dude, no, I was seeing Christmas decorations out before Halloween even got here.
Yeah. Gotta
What?
start early, boys.
Yeah, fuck that noise, dude. Um.
I'll put up my tiny tree in the living
Oh,
room.
and we are drawing closer and closer to the premiere of Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh yeah, I should probably go see that. Hope you do
Um,
a show on it.
dude, they have a lot of like small clips just all over YouTube. Like a new one gets released like every day.
Wow. Well,
Um,
I'll have a full movie once patch them all together.
no, I think there would still be a lot of context missing.
Oh yeah, I'm kidding.
But I'm thoroughly looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, me too. I was pretty hyped based off their trailers.
Oh, the trailers have been amazing. I
Yeah,
mean, even the teasers were great. Um,
I know.
just
The journalists are going wild, like absolutely savage on it though.
what, saying
The
it's
critics.
bad?
Yeah, they're like it's so bad because it's not like the Ghostbusters 2016.
That was the whole point because Ghostbusters 2016 um should have never been made. That script should have never seen the light of day because it has absolutely nothing to do with the actual Ghostbuster universe.
But women, bro, don't you know?
And I've said it before and I'll say it again. It has nothing to do with actresses. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. It's the fact that the movie was made. It did not follow anything to do with the actual universe. It
It was
told a terrible story.
it was either supposed to be a form of cash grab or a pander of some sort that
I
didn't work.
honestly, it to me, I mean, yes, you had cameos in the movie by the people who were in the original films, but the fact, and I'm a little disappointed that they actually signed on to do that because, especially Dan Aykroyd, I'm just like, dude, this was your vision. This was a vision that you and Harold Ramis had so many years ago, and you've made the world a little bit brighter with these two movies, and you are endorsing this atrocity. It.
That was a long deviation off our topic of Evil Dead, but yes, I agree. Yeah, Ghostbusters. They could really make a good comeback here with this new movie.
I honestly, and you were talking about the critics were being very mean
Salty.
already about it. Yes, being very salty about
Not
it.
even out yet.
Right. And I'm sure it's a lot of critics who have clearly probably never sat down and watched the original movies or didn't pay attention.
Yeah, pretty young these days.
But you know what Ernest Hemingway said about critics?
Nope.
Critics are men who sit and watch a battle from a high place and come down and shoot the survivors.
I mean, that's fair.
And I completely agree with that because you have people like me who grew up on the first two movies. We saw the 2016 absolute abomination. And now finally we have something that we've all wanted to see for a long, long time. And that's one more installment of these great movies. And I honestly think I'm going into it excited because, I'm seeing remnants of the movies that I grew up watching in a different context, in a different setting. And I like it.
And it has good fan service.
Do what?
And it has good fan service.
And yes. Okay. And apparently I have just gotten a nerd boner from Ghostbusters. So yes, there we go. Bonk, you have lost again. So so anyway, now with the whole Evil Dead thing. Now, like I said, I've seen the original quite a few times over the years, and one thing that we were talking about before we came on the air is the whole thing about, because you were telling me that it was dated.
I mean, yeah, the special effects, you could tell it's been a bit different than usual, but it was still scary. I mean, it was like, better than let's compare this to the ending of Raiders of the Lost Ark. The wax falling apart.
Well, right, but
I think it's better than that even. But
the
Raiders scene's still good.
Oh no! Well, no. The Raiders scene is very good for what it is. The effects, though, I think really see that and honestly, I remember what I said to you. You're talking about it from a more technical aspect. I mean, yes, you are a tech guy, and I get that, and everything like that. And you have an appreciation for it, but that's why I always encourage people to go back, and I know Jello would do the same thing, is encourage people to go back and watch a lot of these older movies because, I'm going to say the same thing that I say about music. Without those movies, we wouldn't be where we are today. But these are the ones that will stand the test of time before these crappy remakes and all of this, really over the top CGI and everything like that. Yes. I mean, it's basically just, we're making this movie to make money.
We're not doing it for passion anymore.
Like, right, exactly. And see, that was and I'm going to go back to Afterlife real quick. When I found out that Ivan Reitman, the original director of Ghostbusters, his son was directing Afterlife, and his father has been on set the entire time. Yes, I have complete faith in this movie.
That's a win right there.
Um, because, and honestly, I kind of had a feeling that would happen because Ivan
I mean, it
Reitman
could be a
would.
director's passion, like a director's passion project.
It certainly could. It
Yeah.
certainly could. But like I said, Ivan Reitman, the fact that he has been on set the entire time, going and working with the directing of the movie, that makes me even more excited because I mean, look at the first two. The first two were amazing. There is no Dana, only Zool.
Oh man, here we go. Demonically possessed trees.
Now the outdoor. Well, I mean, you notice like some of the effects in the movie are kind of cartoonish.
Oh yeah, but I expected that. Just when I saw it in 1981 on the film, I was like,
Well,
all right.
no. Well, I mean, you don't. Well, I mean, you can't expect that from every movie from 1981. That's what I'm saying.
Like, because it's probably better than half the movies in 1981. I don't know.
Honestly, something that we need to do is maybe do a movie breakdown by year sometime and just see like this movie came out here. Okay, well, what about this movie? Excuse me, see what we can come up with.
Have we mentioned Sam Raimi's the director of this?
I was just about to do that actually.
Yeah. That's freaking awesome.
Yes,
Spider-Man.
Right, and he was what did you say, 20 when he directed this?
Yeah, he was like at least in his early 20s or like 20 or 22ish around that area, like super young. Like,
right.
He claims like it was like his rite of passage to direct this movie. So I mean, just saying that alone like is enough to like recommend it to somebody. Like I would do that. I'd still recommend this movie even if I have my technical flaws, blah blah blah. It was still a fun movie to watch. It's also kind of short, just an hour and a half. I figured it would be like longer.
Yeah,
it's like kind of like bite sized for movies nowadays. Because we have 3-hour freaking Endgame.
Right. I'm just hearing from Miss Vendetta. She's still coming. She's just taking care of some things right now. So no, you're good. You're good. If you're listening, we're just sitting here having a good time.
Fine, we will just finish this chat about Evil Dead, and then you can join us, and then we'll just carry on. It's fine.
Now, when I say cartoonish, like I'm talking about like actual like animation, like it's like the faces in the trees, and then of course I mean like the whole like the deer head.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was pretty funny, because it's so unexpected. Like literally, that one comes out of nowhere.
A lot of the things in this movie were kind of unexpected,
right?
I think the makeup was really good.
Yeah. I can't remember who the makeup artist was for this movie.
I don't know, but they need a raise.
You want to talk? Well, I mean, you want to talk about good like makeup and everything. Look at any film that Tom Savini has worked on. That man is an absolute just genius. I mean, the man runs a school for people who want to do like horror and sci-fi makeup.
Love that. Demonically possessed trees.
The trees. There is.
She got messed up. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man,
she got messed up. I was like, bro, what is this movie?
It's like, what is Widow having me watch, and why do I listen to him?
I was questioning a lot of things when I saw that scene.
Like, I halfway expected, like, whenever you finally got around to watching it, honestly, I was expecting you to just message me or something. Be like,
do that?
No, that was I told you if you ever decided to watch Dead Alive,
yeah, that one. Okay,
to do that. Did you go and look that one up?
Nope. Not probably won't even. But moving on. So
are you actually planning to try to find this movie?
I don't think so. We're good. We had our talk last time. Okay, it's fine.
Well, I get no, that was me giving you like a basically a warning or just like a heads up basically, just being brotherly and
But it
telling
was
you that
also
shit.
a please watch this movie just so I can see your reaction.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Oh man, here we are.
um but one thing I do like about the movie is the camera work in the movie is really really good because you notice like scenes where like Ash was like looked like he was getting beat up by something. It actually looked like it was like first person. You had a lot of that in the movie. um
Yeah,
a
there was
lot of
a lot of good camera work. I agree.
do what
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Like the camera work is very, very good.
I like how they used the
Like switches perspectives a lot.
oh yeah um the honestly, I mean the movie, there's not, to me this is one of those horror movies that I think there's not really a whole lot you can say about it because it's one of those, it's like I told you, it's one of those that stood the test of time.
Things just kind of happen in this movie. I don't really know how they happen. They just kind of happen.
Right. This one, it I will say this about the movie. I will say this. It's fun.
Yeah,
Honestly, if you've got somebody that that is not really into horror movies or wants, like, doesn't really watch them that often, and you want to kind of give them a little run for their money and see how they'll react to it, show them the original Evil Dead. It's a good one to cut your teeth on. um
Ash gives me a Freddy from Scooby Doo vibe. Don't know why, but he kind of does. He tries to stay so positively optimistic, even when they just freaking killed somebody.
Right, but see, when you go and watch Evil Dead 2 and then Army of Darkness, it really changes. He becomes more like like, maybe I would maybe say a post-apocalyptic esque, well, no,
Nonsense kind of
well,
guy.
his look would be very post-apocalyptic, but when you get into Army of Darkness, it has more of like a medieval theme to it. So it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic medieval Ted Nugent without the politics and the music.
Oh well, I just
Um,
keep thinking Alan Wake, but
um, but yeah, it's definitely one of those to me that there's not really a whole lot that you can say about it because
yeah,
to
we don't have to like
to
go
me,
too into detail about the rest of this movie. It's there.
well, no, it's not the fact that it's there. It's one of those that kind of just stands up on
The
its own.
possessions and the brutal like fighting and the
Yeah,
stabbing and the screaming and the laughter that never ends for some reason.
yeah, it's
Definitely a horror movie.
like I said, it's one that stands up on its own.
I'm
I'll
sure it'd
always
freak
give it
out
that.
kids.
Oh yeah, I definitely would know. I mean, if
Don't
you
show
have,
this to your young
yeah,
kids.
yeah. I mean, if you don't want them sleeping in your bed for like the next year, um, um,
Yeah,
but but
I enjoyed myself.
well, I'm glad that you enjoyed this one. I hate that we didn't get to do more over the month of October, but we'll definitely squeeze one in here and there.
I would say it's my
Um,
fault though.
well, no, I mean, life happens, man, and you needed to spend time with your lady because you had your anniversary and stuff going
hmm
on, and stuff like that's important, man. And and it's like I always say, this is not only my show, this is y'all show as well. And if you can't make it, or if you can't do your thing the week, that week, I mean, stuff happens. I mean, we do this show, we one step at a time, one show at a time. That's the way I've always looked at it since I've started. And dude, it happens. So I mean, it's cool.
Spooky
Um,
season is a great time of year. That's all I'm
in,
saying.
indeed it is. Indeed it is. So what I'm going to do is, for Friday, Um, I'm going to give you. I'm not going to give you two. I'm going to name two, and I'm going to let you pick one.
Okay.
Okay. So you watched Idiocracy, which I'm so happy you like that. Go away, Baton. Uh,
What?
remember, he was sitting there in his chair, and Joe was knocking at the door, and
Oh
he
yeah.
was just like, "Go away, Baton."
Oh, okay.
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Don't
Well,
worry, don't worry, Scro. Man, there are plenty of people out there living really kick-ass lives.
the jokes never end.
Okay, so I'm going to suggest either The Big Lebowski or
Dramatic effect.
um,
Dramatic pause.
I'm playing a quick game of mental chess. Just give me just a second.
Okay.
So the first one's going to be The Big Lebowski. The second one, would be A Time to Kill.
Hmm.
Now, let me give you the casts of these two movies and see which one intrigues you the most. The Big Lebowski has Jeff Bridges, John Goodman, Steve Buscemi, a young Tara Reeve. Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers is in some of it. And you also have Sam Elliott Sam Elliott narrates the movie and makes a couple of cameos. Now, A Time to Kill. A Time to Kill stars Matthew McConaughey, Sandra Bullock, Samuel L. Jackson, Kiefer Sutherland, and Donald Sutherland.
Okay. Those are two kick ass casts. That's for sure. Oh man, I will. I'll let you know what I picked next week. I'm not gonna pick it now.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I tried to do something a little
Oh man, we
different,
need some
and
suspense here on the
and here
show.
right, and here you are trying to just throw a fucking curveball into everything.
Monkey Wrench. No,
I don't
those are
I
both two great sounding movies, just easily by that cast.
okay.
Love me some Sandra Bullock. All I'm saying. Mhm.
You obviously have seen Speed.
No, actually.
You've never
No, yeah, I'm
wow.
gonna watch Speed too. All right, add to the list, boys.
Oh man, no,
All
well,
right.
I mean Sandra Bullock's in Speed.
Oh, I mean, I'll probably watch anything with her in it.
And that's got a great cast. Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Hopper,
Keanu
and
Reeves.
huh?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves,
But what a
Sandra Bullock,
guy.
huh?
What a guy, dude.
I love
Cyberpunk was quite a game, wasn't it?
I've never played it. Um but yeah, let's see. Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock, Dennis Hopper, and Jeff Daniels.
Hmm.
So it's got a good cast in it too. Um, but yeah, if you like Sandra Bullock, I'm surprised you haven't watched Speed before.
I mean, I may have it in passing. You never know.
um, that's a really fun movie to watch. There's a couple of scenes where one of them is Jeff Daniels and Keanu Reeves kind of talking back and forth with each other because they both play SWAT members of the SWAT team,
Mhm.
and they're checking something out and they're not sure what they need to do. And Jeff Daniels looks at Keanu Reeves and he says, "Okay, pop quiz. Um, Airport, gunman with one hostage. He's using her for cover. He's almost to a plane with her. You're 100 feet away. What do you do?"
All right. I'm not answering that question. But
Well, I mean, they're cops. It's basically like they're trying to keep their wits about them, trying to figure out what to do. And I thought that was kind of just an interesting thing to do. Just like a little interesting dialogue in this particular situation because and in fact helps them figure out what they need to do to try to rescue these people that are trapped. Because there's a bomb involved. So, but it's a great, it's a '90s action movie is really what it is.
Mhm.
But Sandra Bullock does a good job in it. So yeah, I mean, if you like her, I'm surprised you haven't seen
I
it.
mean, I'm also a massive Jeff Bridges fan just because of Tron.
Um, oh well, I mean, I yeah, you haven't seen him in The Big Lebowski.
Well, yeah,
I mean, you
I know
just
Tron is like dated as like hell, and so is Tron Legacy even. But I like the Tron movies, and I can't wait to see the third one that's coming out. There's a third one being made supposedly.
I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm just they just never really did anything
Well,
for
you
me.
don't like video games. I see how it is.
Shut the fuck up, man. Dude, I liked the original Mortal Kombat movie and the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Okay, I haven't seen those. Let's see. The video game movies that I did watch was Hitman, Assassin's Creed.
I own Assassin's Creed, but still have not watched it.
What? I mean, it's not that good, but it's all right.
I mean, does it follow the game at all?
It doesn't follow like it that much.
Well,
No.
I mean, I'm not talking about like the whole either Ezio or Altair thing, but I mean, does it still follow like the same premise that the games are trying to purvey?
So he's not really in the game that long. He does most of his stuff like outside of the Animus. It's like he simulates oh, you played through the whole game or whatever, and now you know how to do assassin stuff in real life. It's like that. At least that's what I think I remember. It could be I could be forgetting myself. It's been a few years, obviously.
Like I said, I haven't been in the mood to watch it.
And like the Animus is totally different because like he's there's some like backpack on him, and
Yeah.
it's like like into like gets jabbed into his spine or something, and he's like in the simulation, and like lifts him up and he floats around, and if he gets knocked around inside the simulation, he gets knocked around in real life.
Okay. I'm gonna watch it to see what I can see as far as it goes. Now, I mean, we have to be honest. I mean, there have been a lot of video game movies that have been absolutely fucking terrible.
Minus Sonic. Sonic's pretty good.
Haven't seen it. I was disappointed to hear that Jim Carrey had chosen such a insane role to make a comeback.
He actually
with.
carries the movie so hard because of course he does.
House of the Dead was one that was fucking terrible. Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
Do you know of the game or heard of the game?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, yeah, watch the movie. The movie's fucking terrible. They even flash like instances from the game in the actual movie.
No,
yes.
Do that.
A lot of people shit on it, but I actually enjoy it, and that was the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, I've seen clips of that, dude. It's funny, but
I actually enjoy that movie. It's fun. It's just it doesn't. Yeah, it's nothing like the fucking game, and everything is blown way out of proportion and all that. But you know what? It's fun.
Dumb and Dumber
It's
Mario.
Fun, huh?
Dumb and Dumber but Mario.
If you want to say that, I could possibly maybe see it. But see, the thing about it is the fact that Dennis Hopper is in this fucking movie. Him, John Leguizamo, and I can never remember his name. He was the guy. He played Eddie Valiant in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. What else has he been in? That movie's
wild. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Have you never seen that?
I mean, I did see it, but it's been quite a while, my guy. But the fact that it's like a quote unquote masterpiece just by like all the hand drawn animations.
Yeah,
like that's what makes the movie so cool. But other than that.
Well, I mean, one of the most far-reaching movies that ever came out.
The hardest worked on movies, I'll give them that.
Oh yeah, I mean that movie was in development for years to get all the animation down. But he played Eddie Valiant in that he played. He was Mr. Smee in Hook.
Oh, the live action Peter
Yes.
Pan thing.
Yeah. Did you see that?
I did not, but I heard it was all right.
Oh, dude, you have to watch that
I'm gonna
one.
watch Hook. All right, add to
Yeah,
the list.
dude, it's got Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman playing off each other, and oh
Name
god, oh fuck, um,
Robin Williams' Peter Pan. What?
oh god, what's her name? The redheaded actress plays
I
Tinkerbell.
I already went past it.
She plays Tinkerbell.
Julia Roberts,
Julia Roberts, thank you.
quite a lady.
Um, but yes, if you've never seen that, it's
I
amazing. It
hope it's
really
cringe.
is. Dude, it won't be. It won't be. It is an absolute just downright fun movie to watch. It really is.
Hmm.
Um but yeah, I've thrown two. I wanted to throw two big curveballs at you. I would love for you to watch The Big Lebowski, yes, but I would really also be excited if you watched A Time to Kill, because A Time to Kill that's based off a John Grisham novel, and um, it's a story that will hold you. And I will tell you this: if you like a good dramatic ending, like with a decent monologue, to kind of build up how like
Mhm.
the ending, A Time to Kill will get you. I'll promise you that right now.
I'm just thinking The Matrix. Sorry.
Huh?
I'm okay. So when I watched the Matrix trilogy or whatever, I watched them like back to back to back, like marathon style. It was
Hmm.
amazing. You're
That's
thinking big deep monologue final finale thing. I just think of the Matrix, but
well, I'm sure you've never seen the Devil's Advocate with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino.
nope.
Oh my
It's a lot of things I haven't seen, dude. I don't
God, I
watch
know.
movies. I play video games.
I understand that. I understand that, but it is impossible. It is possible to enjoy both. Trust me, I do it on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, I just started Assassin's Creed 3 again. Um, no, I'm enjoying this because I'm working my way up to Rogue. Because once I get back to Black Flag, because I know basically 1, 2, um,
Yeah,
Brotherhood, 3, Revelations. I know all. I'm actually, and I take that back. No, it's Brotherhood. I'm playing, not 3. I haven't got to
I
3
still
yet.
love 3 actually.
Um, but I know those games so well because I played them so much. So once I get the Black Flag, I'm gonna like I'll listen to music or something while I'm playing the ones I already really know really well. But once I get the Black Flag, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to pay attention with it, everything like that. And then once I get through it and I get to Rogue, I want Rogue to make sense because I haven't played the games in order in a long time. And I haven't played Black Flag in a long time.
Hmm.
So, um,
Still love Black Flag.
oh, I mean, I have no quarrels with Black Flag at all. Um,
So good. I played that game addictively, like when I was in high school.
is that why you never had a girlfriend in high school?
I had girlfriends in high school.
Wow, you were the nerd with girls.
I'm
Wow.
basically the nerd with girls, yeah, but I don't want to talk about video games in high school.
Yeah,
That's how you get the
sure.
ladies, bro. You don't talk about video games.
Yeah, but you were nerding out when they weren't around.
Well,
So
yeah, obviously. I go home and nerd out with my friends who I'm still like playing games with today. It's been like 7 years, still playing games with the same like 3 people. It's amazing.
honestly, I as much as I love to play video games, I just got used to playing them by myself. So that was just something I was just now if it were like a group of my buddies that I played like Halo Deathmatch with or GoldenEye or something and they wanted to sit down and play it, I'm like, yeah, let's do it. But you know,
Hey, look, there's one of them now. It's Swain Victus. Hello. Wow.
well, welcome.
Look at that.
A friend of Splicers is indeed a friend of
Yeah,
mine.
she's like we play games together
Uh,
all the time.
well,
Like,
if you haven't already, since you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us. We are close to 180 subs, everyone.
mhm.
We are slowly getting there.
Hey man, slow and steady wins the race. Am I right?
One step at a time, one show at a time, my
And then you
friend.
get some random clickbait video, and then you explode.
I am actually going to start. I actually do want you or Wanderer to start maybe doing some gameplay while we do the show.
Hmm.
Just do that regularly.
But the problem is that I don't trust StreamYard to stream it in high quality.
No, it's Stu Dog has played some games on here. Wanderer's played quite a
Well, I
few.
remember when I played Total War that one time, and it was like super blurry.
Well, that could have been just the game itself.
I mean, I have like 4K textures, so that could be hit.
All right, Mister Fancy Pants.
It's funny because I only have like a 2K computer. Like it can only run up to 2K.
It's like, ooh, look at me, I'm Splicer. Check out my fancy.
Yeah.
Check out my fancy pants.
Hey, it's a good investment to get a good computer.
You act like I don't already know this.
I know. I will keep saying it though.
Yes, I'm well aware that you will keep saying it, and you're just
Skyrim in the background. I never played that game. Haven't played
why?
Skyrim.
Okay. Look, why do you crawl my ass about this so much?
Because it's fun. Show off. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, he is showing off. He's the arrogant one of the bunch.
I'm pretty sure that she has a much nicer rig than I have. Yeah, she's like a way better graphics card.
So, what are your plans for the upcoming holidays?
Well, let's see. You're thinking like Thanksgiving?
Well, pretty much
Thanksgiving, Christmas stuff.
up until the end of the year.
Yeah. I mean, my family is a pretty traditional family. Like we do the whole get together and
Yeah.
we have a nice meal of ham and or turkey. It depends.
Why not both?
Why not both? Exactly. Get some nice gravy in there too.
Man,
Pumpkin pie.
big old deep fried turkey.
Got them pecans. And
gotta have some deviled eggs in there, bro.
Oh yeah. They actually make deviled eggs specifically for me now. Stutter. So
bleep bleep bleep. That's
I
all,
actually
folks.
ask for deviled eggs every year.
Oh, are you the only one that eats them?
I'm the only one that eats them the most, probably.
Oh, dude.
I like to eat some protein.
Oh, dude. Deviled eggs are just fucking awesome.
I don't make like any type of egg, to be honest. A Thanksgiving mukbang. Oh, thanks, Dewey. Appreciate it. He's my other friend.
Oh, well, welcome.
They're
yeah.
in chat right now in Discord. I see them. They're lurking.
Fucking lurkers, man. Fucking lurkers.
I told them about the podcast today. I'm glad they showed up.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for showing up. We really appreciate it. You guys are welcome here any time. Once again, a friend of Splicers is in fact a friend of mine.
Get the whole crew on. Oh man.
Yeah. Well, hey, we maybe we can get all three of them to come on. Well, we'll have to figure that out. One show when it's me and you, maybe they can come and join us sometime.
Okay, that's fine.
They can make fun of you too.
They're really good at that. You're telling me.
Oh, trust me. If I had $1,000 for every time my best friend ever picked at me or called me or called me names or something like that, because I mean he's my best friend, and I did the same to him. But if I had $1,000 for every time that happened, I'd never have to work a day in my life.
Well, yeah, and like Swain Victus, I've met her and her husband, in person. Like that's actually who I drove across the country for.
Cool.
Yeah, so we hung out, and I stayed with them for like a week. It was awesome.
Well, I'm trying to get Doc to come and visit me. He and, like I said, me and him went to high school together, and we hadn't seen each other in a long time. Like we video chat, and we stay in pretty regular contact.
It's not the same though.
But yeah, we hadn't got to hang out in years, man. Like we used to hang out till all hours of the morning just like sitting in the carport at my mom's house, drinking beer and just talking. And then at 2 o'clock in the morning, we'd end up at a diner, like eating food and talking to the waitresses. And we would do that like multiple nights a week. um, but yeah, we hadn't got to hang out in a long time. So I've been trying to get him to come down to visit me for a couple of days. And dude, you yourself, if you ever want to take a road trip down to this neck of the woods, you'd be more than welcome.
It's like virtually impossible to get days off here.
Oh, trust me.
So as long as I'm working at this school, there's like no chance that I'll be able to take vacation days. But hopefully, I can get a better job like within the next 2 years. That'd be nice. Oh man,
You should just start your own like IT company.
funny. Like my parents, so my mom and stepfather, they want to like start a trucking business. I'll just be their IT guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
just make them sign a contract. Say you have to pay me.
Yeah,
You know,
pay me more than I made at the school and give me free healthcare. Thanks.
you got a deal.
Oh man, dude! The
I want
benefits are so good working at a
just
school.
just tell them you like I want 75K a year and all this shit.
Wild. Like I get like a teacher salary basically, but I get all those benefits working at a school.
Right, but I mean, a teacher's salary, man, is pretty sad.
It's pretty sad, yeah. It's like a
You know,
starting teacher's salary too, so it's weak.
we'll see the thing about it is, man, like teachers get paid to do basically what is considered a saint's job, and that's to try to educate a child so they can, have a better life. And they certainly don't get paid what they're worth. I've had some incredible teachers throughout my life, and there's one that I'll never forget. Well, there's several that I won't forget, but one in particular, man, she stayed on me all the time to do better. And I appreciated it. I really did. And when she retired, I showed up to her retirement party. And so yeah, teachers deserve a lot more money than they make. I mean, yeah, I'm sure the benefits are great and everything like that, and you get your summers off and whatnot. But still, they definitely deserve more than they're getting paid. It's not right.
Too bad I don't get summers off.
Really?
I'm there all year.
Wow.
Yep, 5 days a week, all year, and
But
I get like 3 days of actual vacation.
I'm sure you like over the summers when you take care of like big jobs.
Yeah, it's all
and
the big
stuff.
tech stuff, the big upgrades in the summer. So
Yeah.
I work literally like way harder in the summer than I do during the school year. It sucks.
Yeah, well, yeah, like server changes and
Yep.
system updates, and I'm sure the occasional having to run new networking cable and all of that, which I can speak from personal experience of what a pain in the ass that is, especially having to pull it through conduit.
Yep. Thankfully, though, it's all Wi-Fi now.
Well, right, but I mean, you still have
cables to the access point.
Yeah, you still have to have your centralized connection to the access point and all of that stuff. So there's still some running of that devil cable involved.
Yeah, I did 2 of those. I set up 2 access points this year. So
man,
yeah, during the school year.
And how many do you have to do during the summer?
It depends. We shouldn't have any upgrades for a while, but these were for a new gym. They spent $1 million on a brand new gym for the school because COVID money.
Yeah. The hell with like music and art. Let's throw it all in sports.
That's right. You got to have a nice new basketball gym to play for conferences.
Right, but yet the band can't get money for like new uniforms and shit.
It's sad too because we have a new band director actually, and this band director is like the daughter of a somewhat like high profile band director kind of guy in the state. So like she's technically well known, but like her father's like super well known, but here she is with this low budget band, and I feel really bad for her.
And see, I mean, to be honest, I kind of feel like a lot of like schools and school systems and stuff, they do things like that because they want to see if they can phase them out.
Possibly, yeah.
Honestly, I think that's one thing that, especially kind of where, especially where I'm from, that a lot of parents and teachers look down on is the fact that there's art classes. And if it's associated with sport, like band could stick around because it has to do with sports teams.
Yep.
But choir and all of that could all be gutted, and all of that can go back. It's kind of like they just want to do away with it, where sports is your only option or you don't get to do anything.
Yeah, the music department here at the school's been having a lot of issues since I went to school there. Like, a lot of things have changed, and it's like kind of going downhill, which is kind of sad.
It is sad.
Because like I went to school here, I'm seeing like the downfall of what I used to do so much because I was a band and choir kid.
Well, I didn't do anything. Like they had a music club and I joined it, but it wasn't really anything.
Sure.
But you know, it's kind of just like, I don't know. I no, I mean, no, things like this really bother me because it's kind of like they want to stifle the creativity of the
Yeah,
kids that go to
the young
school there.
minds and stuff.
Exactly. It's if you think back to if you think back to Dead Poet Society, it's kind of like that. One of Robin Williams' lines is, I always thought the point of education was to learn to think for yourself.
Imagine. Crazy.
And exactly, I mean, what an unusual concept. That's why you see when kids go to college, they kind of come out of that proverbial shell, as it were.
Yeah, too bad all the extracurriculars cost extra money now.
Yeah, yeah, which I
Oh
think is
man, dude.
which absolutely I think is absolutely just
I
asinine.
was overcharged to be in choir in college. It was stupid.
You know,
That's a lot of money, dude. What a waste. But I had to have a full schedule.
yeah. Well, I should have just taken an extra class or something.
I don't know, man. That's for studying. See, I can just practice music then.
Right. Like when I went to college, I kind of came out of my shell a little bit more. Of
Yeah.
course, I'm like in my early 20s, and living in the dorm and shit, and just kind of just getting a little bit of the full experience.
I didn't have that. I lived 2 miles away from college.
Should have just dude should have moved in the dorm anyway.
My mom did that. She literally lived 2 miles away or whatever because I stayed with my grandparents when I went to college, and she still moved into the dorms.
Dude, all 3 years that I went to college, I lived in the dorm.
College experience, bro. You don't make friends if you're not on campus.
Well, that's true.
It's
I
sad
mean,
because I have like no friends that I hang out with IRL.
dude, a lot of man, I haven't talked to a lot of the people that I went to college with in years, man. Seen a few of them, here and there. But
Yeah.
other than that, like I really haven't, I haven't really talked to anybody. Um, I'll get the occasional just random message like, "Hey, been a long time. How you doing?" And there's people that I went to high school with that I still keep up with here and there. Um,
See, Invictus, your freaking your thing down there, your 3 grand for HS marching band. You had like a world class marching band though. That's different.
and look, our guest is here.
I am so
Hello.
sorry. I am so fucking sorry.
We will blame the failure of this episode entirely on you.
Yeah, good. I accept that. I'm so
How
sorry.
late is it for you, by the way?
Like, my friend asked me to help them out by doing like a script mock interview for something, and we thought it was going to take like 15 minutes. We started at 9 o'clock my time. That was 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 hours ago.
Oh my.
My Lord.
It took way longer than we thought it would, and I may have to do some more to help add on to it later, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. So, and my friend does extend their apologies about the lateness too, because like
Okay,
he's
we
also a
won't.
YouTube streamer, so like he gets it. And he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm so sorry, I lost track of time." It's like I think we all did. To be fair, like shit, I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
Okay, I tell you what, we won't place the blame on you. We'll place it on them.
They said to blame them, but like
Okay.
I don't want to give them full blame because I could have just told them to fuck off. So
That's the spirit.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
Loyalty
not a
to.
complete bitch, just a bit of a bitch.
So I was telling everybody earlier that our paths crossed on Halloween of all days, and you and I have chit chatted just a little bit here and there, and glad to see you're feeling a little bit better.
I'm still hella puffy and swollen, but I'm good. I've got the antibiotics. I've taken 2 so far. Yeah, like this side of my face is like really puffy,
Oh man.
but it doesn't hurt, so I can't complain. But then again, I wouldn't know if it hurt with the amount of painkillers I'm on.
Painkilling is good.
Yeah. And unlike Shani for shit, I actually have pain.
So so like I said, like we've been chit chatting here and there. I've been watching your streams. I actually got to participate in one last night. You were talking about the Wern. I sent you that video because honestly, that's my all-time favorite, and I always get a laugh out of it. Because the part of that one video that always gets me is when he goes, "No, fuck you, boy," and I'm just every time I see that, just his facial expression and how he says it, I fucking lose it every time.
It's so weird though, because like, excuse me, the way he says "boy" is like the way it sounds to me, it's like the racist boy.
Yeah,
Do you know?
yeah.
And
So
I'm like, oh,
so tell us, how did you get started in all of this YouTube experience that we all share?
what, actually starting to go on lives or finding this little hole of the YouTube sphere? Or both?
Both.
Okay. So I've only recently actually started going on YouTube, like watching even in the last like 3-4 years, because I didn't actually have proper internet to be able to even go on YouTube until like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I've heard the internet over in the UK is pretty shit.
It's not that shit, and it's actually quite cheap, but I couldn't afford it. The only internet I had was on my phone, and then I only had like 4 gig of data for a month, and that won't get you a lot. So
Or
I just
anything.
only used it on Facebook.
Right.
That was how bad it was. But yeah, then when I moved to this place, I got the internet, and funny enough, my house has a garden, and I got my daughter one of those big wooden Wendy houses. And while I was like doing a load of sanding on it and painting, I would have YouTube playing in the background, my headphones on, and getting on with it. And then I think I discovered like Cecil McFly and her documentary on Shani for Christ. And then I kind of fell into it that way with Dragnaut, etc. And then it's been like the last 2-3 years watching quietly, and then the last year and a half actually being active and talking, and then only this year start to actually go on YouTube and that. And it's been August that I officially started my channel, so I've not been doing it for actually that very long.
So it sounds like you were like me, because I first I was not aware of the whole, like, you can actually do something with your channel scenario. And I basically just didn't do anything with it because I mostly just used it to listen to music and all of this. And then finally,
The
when
more
I
you know.
yeah, definitely. And then I I met Sir Hatman, and finally I just decided that I was going to give it a shot. And here we are over a year later.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, wait. I think I have seen you in Hatman's Discord.
oh yes, he
I
he
think.
he refers to me as his young apprentice. So
It's all coming together.
Awesome.
it's a full circle. Sorry, I had to plug up my computer real quick.
Oh, no, it's good. Like, I think. I can't. No, that's it. I found Hatman's channel through Rick Zilla
Uh-huh.
saying that, like, he was, like, using his work and Adonis Paul's stuff on Adrastia.
Yeah, I frequent Rigzilla as much as as much as I can. He's a good dude. He's been on the show a few times, and most of the time when I catch him, I'm usually at work, so it helps pass the time.
No, I don't end up watching a lot of his stuff nowadays. Like, no, I guess no real particular reason. Just I end up watching other stuff.
So, how did you get into doing or what made you want to start doing like the whole reaction thing, especially to someone like, because I sent Splicer the link to your channel today, and
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't have much time to check it out much though. I was at work, but
It's fine. I ramble on a lot, so
well, so do we.
no worries about that.
You're telling us, oh my god.
I mean, this is like just constant rambling. I mean, the fact that all of us are, a small majority of us are sober, is in one way or another, is amazing, because I know Wanderer's usually drinking. I'm always puffing on something, and
okay, well, I'll be the sober one here.
So I don't drink, but I can't say I'm sober because I'm on Oxy. So
hey, there you go. So yeah, fuck sobriety and shit. No, not really. No, not really. Not really. I do applaud those that are actually going through it.
All right, keep drinking, kids.
No,
I
have a good friend of mine who was a bad alcoholic, and he made it through that. So yeah, I appreciate anyone who's trying to get clean and all of that. A lot of respect for them.
Unless you're Rev, in which case you done fucked up, mate.
Right. So I have to know, how did you find them?
Oh, Shani for Christ and that.
Yeah, how did you find that atrocious being?
It was the Cecil McFly documentary on them.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Right. So it was literally Cecil McFly's documentary on them, and I think I just had my phone on autoplay, and I was watching some shit about Repzion, some shit on Repzion's channel, and then it automatically played Cecil McFly thing, and I was like, oh, cool. And then started learning about all the shit that she was doing, and I was like, fuck no. And to what you said a minute ago with like why I started, I'm an opinionated bitch. I'm a gobby, opinionated British bitch, and we know how to fucking talk. So
we were just saying earlier that the British accent just sounds so like formal, and honestly, like, you could cuss me out right now, and I would just be like, wow.
I'd probably still be smiling, to be honest.
Yeah, I would too. I'm like, wow, okay.
Funny you say that. That's literally the reason my friend asked me to do the media thing for him, because I'm doing a formal interview with him.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I'm not going to spoil the surprise of what it's about. Like, I think you guys will get to see it in the next few days. But yeah, it's gonna. But yeah, like they literally wanted me for my British accent.
They're not gonna have you like reading like ASMR and like erotica and stuff, are they?
Not quite, though. I do mention a few phallic puns.
Well, I do like me some puns.
You know, Miss Parker.
Yes.
You know, Miss Parker and Black Guy TV have got that video joke about G-Man's gay thoughts.
Yes.
It's an entry for that, and it's due
Okay.
in tomorrow. So he was like, "Please help me, please do this now." And it's like, "Okay." Like tight deadline.
We need your voice.
Yes.
I would just like to state for the record that we now have a fourth co-host. My little black cat Whisper is demanding to be held. So
Ooh, okay.
my
Awesome.
my hands are full at the moment.
Aw.
That's
when
okay.
when she wants attention, she's just like, "Hi, I'm here."
Aw.
It is now cat time.
Kitty.
But
Yeah,
no,
no, like
I've watched that documentary, and I have a friend of mine who I got made aware of them for a small moment, and then I forgot, and then a friend of mine told me about them again, and that's when I found the Geek Room and Drag and
yeah.
let's see who else. Black Guy TV. Incidentally, he's been on a couple of times. It's been a while back, actually.
Yeah. He's lovely. He's always so nice, and like it's quite he jokes a lot with the British accent, but then he asked me the other day, like, does it actually annoy you? And I'm like, kinda. But like not enough for me to be like, oh fuck you. Like I know you're not actually taking the piss out of me when you do it.
He should just it'd be like, at least you're trying.
Yeah, but now he started actively when he does the British accent, he's like, oh shit, no, I've done it. Like he's actively trying to not do it as much now, and I'm like, oh, it's fine, I don't care that much. Like it's when people do it as I've talked and they try to repeat it to be like, oh, you're British, ho ho ho. And I'm like, really? That's the thing you decided to take the piss out of. I have green hair, I have holes in my face, I've got glasses, I wear bad makeup, and that's the thing you chose to take the piss out of. The one thing that I can't control. Good on ya.
Well, I mean, one of our co-hosts is British, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. Although I definitely make fun of his accent when he's here.
Everybody does. Well, I mean, except for me. I don't really.
See, good on you, widow son. Good on you.
Well, one of us has to have a spot of class around here.
Well, that's okay.
Oh yeah, how high can you raise your pinky?
A spot of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many teapots have you got?
I don't.
Or two.
I have a coffee pot that I could technically make tea in.
It's not a teapot. It has to be made of porcelain, not glass.
Well,
Now that's high class.
yeah.
Yeah. And my one's shaped like a bat.
Oh my
Kind of
God,
is
yes.
as well.
Well, at least it's getting used.
Oh yeah. Like straight up, it was like 40, 50 quid teapot, and then the teacups to match were like 20 quid each. The only reason I was willing to spend that much money on it is because my daughter likes having tea parties with me with the actual like teapot. So we'll have decaf tea so she can have some, and we do like proper little tea parties with it. And like, yeah, since it's getting used regularly, I was like, yeah, I don't mind spending that much money on it. But if it was just for fucking ornamentation, no. I am cheap.
Thank God for thrift stores and all that shit. Honestly, I would rather go to a place like that than I would just go buy something new most of the time.
Oh yeah.
But no, we'll see over here in America. America is mostly coffee people, and like I like coffee too, but just not enough to spend $7 or $8 at a shot for one. every day.
Yeah, no, like to do that, it ends up working out cheaper spending one lump up front of like $100 to get a proper coffee machine and make it yourself, because that's like $100, but then getting $7 cup of coffee, 360, call it 300 and like 50, 40 days a year, minus holidays, etc., where coffee shops aren't open. That's a lot more money.
Thanks a lot, Sir Hatman. You still have a long way to go to be top of the class.
Oh, hi, Hatman. Oh, I just realised I've not actually changed my name since the fucking thing.
It just says Dot.
Yes,
I
her
I
name
am
is
Dot.
her name is now Dot,
didn't even notice that actually.
or we could say Point.
Point.
It was to make it easier in post-production edit, because otherwise he has to edit my name out, which
Yeah.
means he has to crop half the picture out, whereas if it's just that dot, it's only a little bit off the side.
Oh, there's this. This is live. This goes straight up right after we're done.
Oh no, this was my friend's editing thing,
Oh.
because he was using StreamYards to record it.
So, so when you started doing the reactions, like, what was the first? What was the first instance with the Beast that you reacted to?
It wasn't a full reaction. It was when I went live on Dragnot's channel when he was doing like an open thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was to point out the fact that Shani is in fact doing something that I'm not sure what the official term is, but I call it like staging. And it was that thing where she was doing like the please don't yell. That's now like a super chat.
Oh,
She
yeah.
sat there and you see her position herself. Look at the camera. Please don't yell. And like she looked and made sure she was in shock.
She was baiting everyone.
Not just that, but like she set it up to the point where she made sure that it was perfectly captured on camera. And it is, and I called up because that point wasn't being talked about. And I'm like, that is an abuse technique. It is something that abusers do. They will goad their victim to the point they do explode because they've had enough. And what normally happens is they'll push you to that point and then they'll leave you there. And then they'll wait till you're in public, you're in front of someone, there's a witness. And then they'll push you over the edge by doing a tiny little thing. The person that's there witnessing it hasn't seen the last week, day, whatever, however long that they've been goading at you, pecking away at you. They just see they've made one like off the cuff comment and then seen you snap. And it's so when you break up and you go, they were abusive to me. That person can now go, no, I wasn't. They were the abusive one. Look, you remember when we were at the coffee shop and like they did this after I said blah blah. That's what I had to live with. At the drop of the hat, they would always go fucking mental at me. That's the reason why it's done, and that's what she was doing. She wanted to have video evidence of him doing it, and she was trying to make sure that it was all visible. But she fucked up because it was obvious, and I called in to explain that. And yeah, that was part of the stuff that got me wanting to do it, because when I first started watching, I only saw a lot of men talking on it. And also being someone actually with a disability and someone that has gone through a lot of domestic abuse with multiple partners, I wanted to give the side of someone that's been through all this and that understands these things, and give that side of the conversation. Because while like there probably are loads of other channels out there that do it, I hadn't come across any of them. And like everyone that covers it does an amazing job as it is anyway, but like there were just little things that I kept seeing getting missed. And I didn't know if they just didn't see it because it's not something they were aware of, or if it's already been covered, or it's already common knowledge. I'm like, well, do you know what? I'm going to chat about it anyway. Like, I want to put that side across because it's something that isn't normally part of the conversation.
Basically, like you're wanting to point out things you think that people aren't catching, but still should be brought up again, just to be.
Yeah, because I don't want to just instantly be dismissed. Go, well, they missed it, and they missed it, and they're an idiot. Like, no, of course not. Like,
No, no.
yeah, I don't know. I want to say it in a nice way without it sounding like I'm being mean, and I always get worried that I trip over my words because I'm unintentionally mean a lot, and I don't mean to be. Like, you know, if I'm trying to be mean, because I am cutting mean, not accidental mini comments.
Well, I mean, I've watched
British politeness in me.
you know, I've watched my fair share of that shit show, and you know, the Geek Room has been really where I catch a lot of it, and you know, I love those guys to death. Frank, you know, and Bran have been really supportive of us, and it's always a pleasure to talk to them. And Bran comes on quite a bit.
Until he
Most
doesn't.
do what?
Until he doesn't.
Until he does. But that's and of course I've gotten to go on the Devil's Lettuce a few times, and always have a blast with all those guys. But that's really where I keep up with a lot of it. Like I've honestly recently I've just been going back and listening to and watching like old episodes of TDL. Way before I started coming around and getting to know them. And there are some things now that are starting to make a lot of sense. So that's really, and I watch drag quite a bit. Normally I don't try to go to sleep until after I hear the Lowell's Cow Symphony or whatever they call it in the mornings, because it's just fun to hear.
I've not heard of the Log House Symphony.
Hang on, I'll have to. It was made by Hannibal and Monty.
Oh, cool.
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll send you the link to it.
Yeah, like there's still so many Lowell's cows that I have no clue who they are, because like I am so new to the community, let alone like I'm still new to like the internet again, I guess, let alone like the fucking Lowell's cows and all that shit, because I went without internet for so long. I missed so many things within like internet culture and shit like that. Like funny instances, like my friend was trying to play a joke on Security Monitor Lizard, and he was like, "Oh, set up a fake account and everything." I was like, "Oh, can you watch my video? Can you watch my video? I think I found proof that aliens exist." And I went to check on the video because we were in the middle of a live, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't anything that they were going to get the stream taken down for. And it was a Rickroll. And I, unbeknownst to me, I just said to him like, "Oh, don't do it. He's taking the piss. It's this." And then they said, "Oh yeah, I thought it was common knowledge. Like if someone you don't tell on a Rickroll." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that. Oops, sorry." Like,
oh man, so many
over my
memes you
head,
missed
and, like,
out on.
little things like that I completely missed about normal internet culture. I don't know like slang anymore, all this sort of shit. So like I'm still learning a hell of a fucking lot as it is, and like there's so much. And now Kiwi Farms doesn't let you use VPNs, so I can't even like get on Kiwi Farms without disabling my VPN, and I don't like that.
You know, honestly, we've only been doing the show. We've been doing the show for over a year, and like I said, I mostly just used it for music, and I on really, if it hadn't been for the whole Jared Genesis debacle, which is where I met Hatman and Q and a few other people, and it's blossomed out. Now I've met the guys from TGR and everything like that, and I've made a lot of great friends along the way. Jake Jonas and Jello Shots and all those guys, great bunch of guys.
Mm.
But honestly, if someone had told me that people like that exist, I honestly wouldn't have believed them. Because, well, I would have, but if other situations were explained to me as part of it, basically like the whole rubbing money in people's faces and trying to pay people off and all this other kind of stuff, honestly, I don't think I would have believed it.
Unfortunately for me, like, I actually knew someone like Shani for Christ in real life. Like, a lot of similarities. Like, she was married. She then defrauded the government out of thousands of pounds because she didn't declare the benefits, so she was receiving benefits illegally. She then moved this guy into her house that she met on Something Life. Like, it was it was a role-playing game.
Oh, okay.
And this guy moved over from Ireland, and she then ended up like shagging him, and he became the boyfriend, and then the husband became like the cuck. And like, this dude was my best friend, and I fucking hated it. And like, she started going around telling everyone that he was her brother, and that's why they had the same surname. And it was so messed up. But like, she was also faking being seriously ill, saying she had fibromyalgia as well, like Shani, and drug seeking, trying to get opioids, and kept coming up with all these things. And she was trying to get benefit and to get more and more money, to the point where she was trying to convince a doctor to amputate her foot so she could get the benefits. And like,
it's a lot of work.
She was trying to convince a doctor to cut her foot off.
I mean, that's dedication.
For real, dedication.
I mean, that's fucking FUBAR, definitely.
Like, lie, cheat, steal, amputate your foot just for money.
Right. It's like, I don't give a shit what I got to do. Just cut it off,
I can't get a job. It's too hard.
Well, no. Now, see, that's the whole other thing. Like, now, when all this, when I got into all of this, and then I was watching the slow progression, and then of course I saw the videos of the townhouse and all of that. Now, my whole thing is, because they're both screaming, "Oh, we can't," she's just like, "I can't work, I can't walk," and all this. I'm like, okay, work from home jobs are very abundant right now, especially for call centers. Rev is perfectly capable of getting up off of his lazy, manlet, useless ass, and
he's not going to do that.
No. Because he's one of these entitled bitches. I'm just like, you know what? Honestly, if, just for the sake of argument, say my dad had left me $750,000, I would have immediately gone to somebody and been like, okay, I need you to help me divide this up and put it where it needs to go. Save me just a little bit of mad money so I could maybe take a trip or something.
They could have put that $700K in the bank and lived off the interest.
Mm-hmm.
But $700K is a life-changing amount, right?
Right. Well, see, but also,
it's not enough to live off for the rest of your life without supplementing it.
Absolutely. Like, you could have taken, like you could have taken so much and put it into a CD, and then start like a retirement fund or something to that effect. You could have even
Yeah.
put it. You could have even put it in an IRA and just let it mature. And by the time you actually wanted to retire, or if the whatever you plan to put it into was
Oh yeah, because
giving you giving you enough to like consistently live off of,
there
then
was so much. Like they had the house too.
Yeah.
They could have immediately sold that house, or they could have invested some of that 700,000 in the house to sell the house at a higher rate. And then they could have got a more manageable house, a small, like a cheaper house, move somewhere else, etc. Like, and then they would have had another load of money. Like, I'm not sure how much houses are there, so let's say maybe like 200,000 more.
uh,
That is
mm,
1.1 million that they could have had,
right.
right? If they sold the house along with the 700k.
Housing is
Splicer,
weird. It depends
Splicer,
on where you live.
what's the house go around where you're at?
I don't know. I haven't bought a house yet.
Well, I mean, if you had to guess.
One of the guys that I was talking to in the Trolls Hates and Naysayers Discord, I think it was like Paulie's Choice. He showed me the house and the retail value of it and like things like that, and it was like around 200,000.
Depending on where in the country you are, because
Oh yeah, no, this was actually Jason's house. Like we looked at how much it sold for previously and everything.
Oh wow.
On Zoopla.
I would range like around here, like where I live, is around like 60,000 to well over 100,000. Where I live, yeah. If you want like a decent size like home, like for a family, yeah.
But the whole thing about it is, the like, Burnt Toast is someone else that I've gotten the opportunity to meet or to talk to, and she's been on quite a few times. And I watched the videos that she did of them just blowing through all of this, like spending like. Okay, Splicer, when you go to somewhere like Best Buy or somewhere like that, if you're going to go somewhere like that, what's the most you've ever spent?
Oh, like I would say just over $100. I don't really spend a lot.
Okay. Would you ever go into a Best Buy and spend almost $700?
No, like never.
What does Best Buy sell?
They're an electronic store chain.
Yeah, they just sell like TVs. And,
They're not.
Oh, okay.
They're not as prevalent as they used to be. Like there used to be two competing companies, Circuit City and Best Buy. Best Buy ran Circuit City out of business, and then Best Buy has stopped. They've cut down on a lot of their inventory as far as what they carry.
Okay.
Their tech support's kind of weak too.
Sorry, I think we have like the closest to that for us would be like Maplin's or Curry's PC World. Like Curry's and PC World are like owned by the same business now, so
yeah, it's like
and they do.
Yeah.
Oh wow, PC World is still a thing.
Yeah.
Do you
remember Miss Parker did Where in the World is Miss Parker?
Yeah.
I did a few of those, and one of them ended up on G-Man's video trashing Miss Parker that he fucking stole from me. The other one was Miss Parker outside PC World, and it was Where in the World is Miss Parker? PC World.
Well, the reason I say that is because anytime I've ever heard about, or anytime I've ever heard that name, I always think back. Oh, if you go digging back into some of our episodes, we did a 3-part discussion on the separation of the art from the artist, and one of the artists we were talking about was Gary Glitter, and the whole thing with him, because he took his computer into a PC World for servicing, and then that's when the cops caught him.
Do you want to know the fucked up thing?
What's that?
They technically should not have reported it.
I think in the instance that with what they found from him, they had no choice.
No, they had no choice morally. But normally they're not meant to report that kind of thing. I had a friend that works with phone, so when your phone gets broken and they send it off, like they pull all the information off, back it up, fix your phone, and they said like if we find child pornography, we can't do anything about it. We're not allowed to. Like, it's against the contract. We can't say shit.
Wild.
So like
That
yeah.
well,
I'm
well,
glad they did. I'm so fucking glad that they did do
well, yeah.
something about it.
But no, that's the only time I've ever heard that, and I always thought like it. I didn't obviously I don't live on that side of the world, so I thought maybe it was just like a local place or something, and so now I know.
You know, PC World is like a multi-million chain.
Okay.
Like they're huge. They're like one of the biggest sellers of computers and electronics in like the UK. Because they own Currys now as well. But yeah, like they are our version of Best Buy. That's how big they are.
Yeah, they're like a lot bigger in the UK.
Well, obviously, I mean, I've never heard of there being a best.
The 2 US locations.
Oh, okay. Splicer is like always looking stuff up when we start talking about things, and he'll
my role here.
Yeah, he'll just point stuff out and be like, "Well, did you know this?" Be like, dude.
But that's amazing. I love that sort of shit.
Oh yeah, I mean,
not just because I do it as well, but you know.
Well, I mean, it does come in handy. It does.
Oh,
yeah, it's hard to like overcorrect you all the time, but yeah,
his entire purpose is just to make me look bad.
Well, half my job in real life is just looking up stuff on Google. So
well, hey, you know what? I don't pay you at all.
Yeah, but as an IT guy, I feel obligated to look everything up.
Well, too bad that didn't kill me.
Too bad that didn't kill me.
Is mayonnaise an instrument? No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horseradish is not an instrument either. Mr. Squidward.
Man, sweet.
I think my chat's not working, you know.
The side chat, I don't think there's really anybody talking in there right now.
No one's talking right now.
Oh, okay. Oh well, at least it's not my computer being funny, because I'd be a bit upset. I've only just got this fucking thing.
I no longer see Swain Victus or Dewey, so.
Well, Splicer's our IT guy. He could fix it for you.
I just bought a new laptop. I've not had a laptop in a long time. And the laptop I did have that was quite broken, I ended up lending to a friend. And within 3-4 days of me lending it to her, she had to do a moonlit flit and get put into a woman's shelter. And I have not seen her again for a long time. And I don't even know if she took it with her or if she had to leave it behind. And I don't know if the guy's still got it or if he smashed it to shit. And I was like, Joel, do you know what? I'm just going to get myself a fucking new one. That was old and broken. And like, it's not worth it. It's not worth the hassle of upsetting me or my friend over a fucking broken laptop.
Well, Splicer's always crawling me about getting a new one. It's like every time we do a show, it's just like, yeah, I got this computer thing over here, and it's better than yours, you know.
You're watching a Chromebook, my guy.
I understand that.
HP Pavilion.
Oh, okay. HP then, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
it was like £899.
Yeah, sounds about right. Due to like, currency conversion, yeah.
I'm about to say, did you just do the exchange rate in your head that fast?
It's not that much off.
Don't give me no lip, boy.
Well, no, the exchange rate's like £1 to $1.5.
Yeah, so it's literally not that much difference.
Yeah. It's not like it is an extremely odd ratio. And then it's like...
Thankfully.
Weird.
Surprisingly.
Oh, you're right, Izzy.
Inflation's wild around where I live right now.
I think that Splicer just wanted to be a smart ass, is what I think.
Oh yeah, sure. No,
Well, I mean,
I buy computers all the time though for my job.
well, I understand that. That's because it's part of your job.
Yeah, but I buy 2K laptops because not my money.
Well,
I
go
mean, good
you
lucky for
getting to
you.
spend somebody else's money.
Yep, those taxpayer dollars.
I mean, I'd love to spend someone else's money, but I can't seem to find myself a sugar daddy, so taking applications.
I'm taking it.
Sheesh.
Yeah. We would all love to live off someone else's money. Who does that sound
Yeah,
like?
but we can't all be Shani and Rev
Yeah, I mean,
or Copes or Lucas Werner.
Playmate Tessie.
Dang, calling them all out.
Yeah. Ugh. Fucking Playmate Tessie's scum.
Oh God, fuck that overbearing, spoiled brat fucking bitch.
Aryan Queen!
Yeah,
I'm not
if
even
you
Aryan, you bitch.
but if you if you make fun of a cancer patient on a live stream and actually say that you're not going to get caught, chances are you did, and now you're done.
Caught in 4K.
Yeah, dude.
Have you seen her interview with Dr. Phil?
I have, and it's fucking terrible. Oh my
I
god.
know where she's like, oh, he's like, how many followers have you got? And it's like, you've
Oh
only got, what
yeah.
is it, like,
It was like 2,000, and she was saying it's a glitch.
yeah, she's like, oh no, that's a glitch. It's actually meant to say like 7 billion.
Yeah,
And he's
and
like,
he
you do realize there is not, in fact, 7 billion people alive on this earth right now, let alone people that are allowed to, able to, in fact, get YouTube. Like, just, she was like, yeah, well, that's the number I was given.
I hear
No, you
Splicer
weren't.
just
Sub
dying
bots.
in the background.
Sub bots.
Yeah. No, oh my god. I didn't know she existed, and then Frank said something about her, and I'm like, okay, this, and I think it was when the whole cancer issue, her making fun of the girl with cancer and everything issue came up, but I think he played some of her stuff before that happened before that, and just to listen to her talk. Number one, if life is in fact a Dungeons and Dragons character sheet, then I was losing a point of intelligence the more I watched. But oh god, it's very clear that she didn't finish school because she sounds like a fucking robot with its this high that functions off of helium or something to that effect. I mean, it's oh
Like, do you want to know the
god.
sad thing? My sister's actually quite similar. Not completely, like, but my
Your
sister's
system.
actually really smart, but she pretends to be much dumber than she is. My sister's actually does like adult entertainment kind of stuff, like OnlyFans, dancing, that sort of stuff. And like, she very much plays up to that aspect, and it's like that's how she wants to get her money. She's fucking really good at it. She gets a couple of grand a night, like that. I don't care about. Cool, but it's the
Splicer, maybe
other
you should
side
start
of it.
doing something like that. Make a couple grand a night.
Oh yeah, totally, dude. People totally want to see my sexy ass, right?
I mean, male strippers do get a lot of money, especially if they can actually make the woman feel special.
Alrighty,
And
boys.
that, not
Going back
even
to the
like
gym.
doing sexual stuff, just being like, you look lovely today. It's like, oh, thank you. I really appreciate that you came to watch my show. Just something that actually makes them feel fucking seen and heard
I
goes
bet
a
the
long
British
way.
guys get more views.
What'd you say, Splicer?
I bet the British guys get more views.
I don't know.
Got that charm, you know.
So everybody be
Maybe.
looking out for Splicer's OnlyFans.
Oh man,
So
you're so
I was going to say
funny.
American will do well in
hey,
England. Like an American will do well in England. A English guy will do well in America. An English accent's just normal to us, but in America it's exotic. And the same for an American accent. Over here it's like, ooh, different.
Hear that, Widow's son? We're exotic to her.
yeah, right. Plus, I mean, I kind of have a little bit of a Southern accent, so there you go.
I'm
It's a
from the north.
it's a double threat. Double threat.
From
So
the
yeah,
north.
like English, a lot of English women love like the Southern accent. They put on that whole Southern boy charm, like ideal onto it, and it's like, oh, he probably went to Cotillion and he holds doors open for everyone, and like he's got that Southern drawl.
No, honestly, what it is you just had to be raised right by your parents, man. Down here where I'm from, because I was born and raised in Mississippi, and that's just the way I was brought up. It was just my dad and my mom just teaching me, teaching me right from wrong, and all of that, and coming from just a blue collar family and everything like that. So yeah, it's your parents down here, they just embedded in you, especially my dad. My dad, that was one thing he made sure to teach me was how to treat a lady. And so I mean, like I said, it's just how you were raised. But and
But
it's
like,
not it's not all it's not always it's not like that
are you
with
though
all.
like legit raised to call your mum ma'am?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. And no, sir.
That's
Yes.
so weird. That's not a thing here.
It isn't for me
That's
either.
that's just respecting your parents. It's not, and I was raised that
That's
way
not
too. I
over
was
here. If you call your mum ma'am, unless you're like northern and it's like just the way they say mum, it's like an accent thing. It's like, excuse me,
it's
I'm not a madam.
it's just it's a respect thing here.
Yeah,
Like
I just find it so weird because like ma'am is like something that you would say to your mistress as a
Oof.
servant.
All
Yes,
right.
ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I'll get that right away, ma'am. And same with sir. Like, yes, sir. No, sir. That's something that you say to your like superiors, not parents. It's not a thing like that. That's something you say to like
well, it's
old
well,
English, with it's like for your actual like
well, it's not only for like your
betters.
parents, but it's also for like your elders.
Yeah,
But that's just the thing down here. And to this day, when I talked, I mean, my dad passed away several years ago, but even when I was even let's say I was 35 when he passed. Yeah, even up into my 30s, when I was sitting and talking with my dad, or was even talking with my mom. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. That's just it's just the way it is.
that's honestly that is so weird to me. Like, I don't know. Like, if you said that over here, you get funny looks. Like, it would be like if you like at say at a checkout and they were like, you go, oh, like, no, like, do you want a bag? No, ma'am. Like, they'd be like, sorry, what?
Isn't it fantastic?
What?
Right.
So peculiar.
Yeah, like things that seem normal to us are so weird, and you know
Yeah.
on the other side of the world, you know like respect over here is gets you funny looks in a different country, and it's like,
Very
okay.
surreal.
Right.
Like, we just have different ways of being respectful.
It
That's all. Like, we wouldn't use those words.
Well, see, I can guarantee you that if you ever came over here and came to the part of the country where I'm from, number one, you better have a healthy appetite when you come because like the food down here is great. Um, no, I'm not even kidding.
Bro, that could have been taken as a fat joke because America.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, you're going to gain some weight when you get here. Trust me, I'm telling you, because the food down here is no joke.
But we eat dessert for
Um,
breakfast here, like
I was going to say, like,
pancakes and
America
syrup.
doesn't know anything about a healthy appetite.
Honestly,
You know something about an unhealthy appetite.
well, be that as it may, the food down here is still fucking delicious.
Oh, it's fine. I
Um,
eat way too much food, and I like good food. So
um,
like good food to us could be not good food to her.
that's true, but you can't help but fall in love with Southern cooking. That's what I'm saying, man. Because one thing that when you come to the South, and if you're in somebody's home and it's like their mother, or especially their grandmother cooking for everybody, one thing that they're definitely putting into that food is love, and you can literally taste that in Southern food. You can. So you can go anywhere else in the country and people can try to duplicate it, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty, you got to come down here and you can really see it. I mean, yeah, the South sucks and it's backwards in a lot of places and all that shit. I know, I'm being honest, dude.
Oh
But
yeah, I know.
in retrospect, it's really not a bad place to be from.
well, every place has its good points. Like even like jokingly, even hell has its good points. You never get frostbite.
Yeah, well, I mean, Hatman does a good job of keeping the home fires burning, as it were. I mean, as we all know, he runs the place. I am just his young apprentice, so I'm still learning. Um, but yeah, it's the okay. A downside to it, um, the summers here are absolutely just brutal. The humidity here will literally take your breath from you if it's high enough. You could walk out, you could literally check the weather and they would say the temperature is say like 85 degrees. The humidity would be like 65%, and then it would say temperature 83 degrees feels like it's 95.
Hold up, Captain. It's 85 degrees Fahrenheit. It's 29 degrees Celsius.
Thank you. I was just about to ask.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
And,
Splicer.
yeah, the 90 degrees Fahrenheit would be 32 degrees Celsius.
I keep forgetting about the differential.
I got
So
you.
like over here, we only all our any
Ready.
summer we have is very muggy. Like
Ooh.
it's awful.
Then you could probably survive an American southern summer. If you're used to humid and muggy weather during the summertime, yeah, I think you could stand it.
Oh yeah, like we go. It's normally like what 20 to 35 degrees Celsius.
Okay. 20
Our
68
summers
degrees
don't tend
Fahrenheit.
to get like properly hot, but they do get the humidity makes them feel disgustingly hot. Like we've genuinely had it before where our humidity was like at the like 90% humidity or something ridiculous like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very common.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
climate.
like you can go cook an egg on the sidewalk kind of hot.
Oh yeah, people are cooking cookie dough in the car, shit
love
like
that.
that.
You know what? I've actually seen that before.
Yeah.
I have actually seen that before. And the weird thing about it is it works.
Oh god,
That-
yeah. Like
That's the weird thing about it. Don't want to clean.
Really surprised.
Don't want to clean your oven. Bake in your car.
See, I get snow here, so it could be 90 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 degrees Celsius, like one day, and then a few days later it could snow. Like
So
in the
it's
winter.
about as changeable as England
It's
then.
so random, and like the winters here, like around December especially, it's very strange. We don't actually get snow here until like February, and then it's just straight up snow, negative
Whereabouts do you
degrees.
live, by the way?
I live in like Iowa, central Midwest U.S.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm from Mississippi, but I currently reside in Alabama.
So you're where you are, Splicer, is sort of like England then, because like we normally only get snow now in February time, like really weird. Apparently Wigan might get snow this week because we're getting a massive cold front, and apparently England at the moment is colder than Reykjavik.
Yeah, if you look at the latitude lines, we're actually just about like on the same level.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to be back in a minute. I need the toilet. So,
Oh, no problem.
excuse me.
No problem.
You are excused. Man, what a time!
It is 8:16. We have certainly
I know we're
gone
going
over.
past the time, but say she was late, so we need to go. We need to go extra.
Yeah. I mean, and we don't get to do extra little extra time on show that often. Do want to thank everybody who has been coming in and out of the chat this evening. Of course, Bonk was here. Miss Vac also. Izzy, thank you for coming by. Also want to give a shout out to Splicer's crew that came in. Wanderer, of course. Let's see, Sir Hatman for lurking in the shadows as he always does. And really, really good turnout.
We got Izzy at the last chat so far.
Right. And if you haven't already, once again, go ahead and like the stream. That really helps us out. Hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell on so you can come and join us anytime that we are live. And we try to squeeze this in every week if we can. The lady hath returned.
Hello.
I didn't
Sorry
realize
about
you were
that.
on the floor.
What?
You're just like you're is that a chair, or is like you're just like you just crisscross applesauce? I didn't know you're like
Sofa.
on the floor. Yeah, you're just okay.
Okay.
Oh, I see. That's a lot simpler than I thought. I was like, what? No, okay.
But no, it's like I've always wanted to come over to England and visit. I've never traveled outside of the South or even out of the country.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to come over there and see it for myself. Of course, I'd have to go and catch a West Ham game while I was there. I'd have to. There's just no way around it. I'd have to.
Oh yeah, just be careful, because West Ham supporters aren't always the politest of people. They are in England. Most like loads of the people that watch football anyway at the games, right?
Mhm.
They will drink way too much, and they are quick to fight.
Oh, I've
Not that I'm saying you cannot defend yourself in a fight. I don't know, but obviously England has a big knife problem, and yeah, it's not worth the risk of if someone's getting a bit dickish of saying shit to them, because just because you're not in America anymore and like you don't have to worry about guns doesn't mean you have to worry about you don't have to worry about anything.
Oh, I'm well aware of that.
I've been to Chicago.
Yeah, I just don't want to hear that you've come over and like fucking died at your first West Ham game.
Well,
man,
I would be coming over there with intent to visit Hatman and Wanderer while I was there. And if I make a few other friends along the way, see everyone as well while I'm just trying to make my way through the country and not get lost. Uh, but
Oh, do it,
it,
and like, don't worry about getting lost. Actually, like, there aren't actually a lot of places in the UK that you have to worry about being like no-go areas. I know there was this weird article ages ago saying like, oh, there are no-go places in London and in England that are just full of them goddamn Muslims and it's like, no, that's just not a thing. Like, maybe there are areas that you should be more careful if you go down, just because the roads are more filled with criminals, as opposed
I was
to
about to say what word are we about to pick out of
Like
the
I said,
bag
I've
here?
been to
well, no, because
Chicago.
I
I
know
got
this
this.
road that's in London. One of my friends, well, one of my sister's friends lived on it, and the police won't go down there because it's not safe. If you've got a crime to report, you have to walk to the end of the road to talk to the police about it, because when the police do go down there, they get petrol bombed.
Holy
Oh
shit!
my.
The
Okay.
police just don't go there, and it's kind of been a
It's a
Getting
no-go zone,
worse,
obviously.
an unofficial agreement, shall we say, and like
right? Well,
they're very
see,
self-regulating there on that road as well, so the police don't often need to go there, so it's normally fine. And like maybe there's a few places like there, like we have gangs in the UK still. My ex-boyfriend, he lived on a road in Brixton, and like his road was like no man's land in between two gang territories.
wow.
Great.
And yeah, like we still have gangs over here. It's not the same as over in America. Like,
Oh no, we have them all over the place here. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd
oh yeah, but
be
like for your gangs, they're way more vicious, and there's like drive-by shootings a lot, and like all that kind of shit.
well,
Chicago is wild.
yeah, Chicago, Detroit, L.A., New York. Um, no, one I would want to definitely go to. I would definitely want to go to London, and I would love to see and visit where a lot of the old like punk rock clubs used to be.
Yeah,
And
that's Brixton.
I had a when I was in school, I used to have a pen pal, and she lived in Camden, and she would always send me stuff like patches and buttons and little things.
That's
Um,
cool.
so I've always just wanted to kind of go and see a lot of the music stuff. And
Yeah,
I would love to go and see, because I believe, if I remember correctly in the video, that Sex Pistols video for God Save the Queen, I think it was the waterway, like right there, that runs right in front of Big Ben, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it was, but I could be wrong.
yeah,
I just want to see things like that. Like, it's that's it's like if I went to Norway, I would immediately want to go on one of the black metal tours and go and see where the church burnings happened, and all of this. That's what I'd live for. And then it's like I said on Corgi's stream. Would love to go to Scotland, go to Loch Ness, and visit the home of Aleister Crowley.
yeah, that would be cool.
It caught fire a while back, and
Was it like randomly, spontaneously caught fire?
I don't know if they ever posted what happened to it. It could have been arson, for all somebody knows, because
Spontaneous in quotation marks.
um, it's I've like I said, I've read the article before, but it's been a long time ago. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with what's left of it. I guess just leave it alone. Unless, trust me, if I had the money, buy it and restore it.
Oh wow.
It'd be an expensive job, but trust me, once it was done, be like, hey, I have 16 rooms in this place. They all have their own bathroom.
What an interesting shaped house. I looked it up.
The well, it was. I mean, it also had to do with the positioning of a lot of the rooms in order for excuse me, had something in my throat. It had to. I think a lot of it had to do with like the positioning of the rooms and where the sun and the moon and everything would hit them at just the exact point and everything like that for a lot of the ritual and everything that was done in the house.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that a friend of mine told me a while back is when someone was being considered to be initiated into the Order of the Silver Star, which was an esoteric order that Crowley founded. What they would do is he would throw very lavish dinner party, and the person who was being considered for initiation, they would spike his food with mescaline, and once the mescaline kicked in, they would take the person into this room, and it was round. It was a round, like a full circle room, and on the walls were just paintings of monsters and vampires and demons and everything like that. And basically, it was meant to put them in a bad trip, to basically face fear under that strain. And when they came back in the morning for the person, if they were still there, then they would be initiated. If they came back and the person was gone, they obviously wouldn't be allowed in. And I've always found that story just fascinating. It's I can't even imagine. Like, you put mescaline in my food? Wow. Okay. Buckle up, boys. It's about to be a bumpy ride.
Look who it is in chat.
Like, that's insane to think they even had mescaline back then.
Well, I mean, this was, late 1920s, early mid 30s, because he passed away in 42. But things like that could be concocted naturally through alchemy, the process of alchemy, using the right combinations of roots and certain other ingredients. I mean, they can be manufactured. So yeah, I mean, they could make that. I mean, they could literally make that on their own.
Yeah.
Just like ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is brewed from all natural ingredients, and of course, I mean, it's a psychoactive hallucinogenic liquid. So
yeah, he died in 1947.
42, because it was just as World War II was getting ready to end, which it ended in 1944.
Yeah, it says on 1st of December 1947, Crowley died.
Oh, wow.
Age 72. Wow. Fair cop for the age, considering he lived through the 1800s and 2 world wars. Fuck.
Indeed. And what a crazy life that he did in fact lead. But yeah, I've always wanted just to go out there and see it.
Oh, I also forgot one of the biggest reasons that you should go to visit the Museum of Witchcraft.
Mm.
They have one of the biggest and oldest libraries of occult books, including books made out of human skin.
Yes,
that you can request to go in and look at.
You can request, actually. I'm sure you have to wear gloves and everything,
Yeah,
obviously.
but they will. You just have to like apply to go view it. It's not something that's just open.
Obviously not.
But yeah, you can go and look at these books. Like, that's so cool.
Oh, oh God! I would have to be like, do you have an apartment somewhere nearby that I could rent? I will work here. I will work here and help you run the place or whatever you need me to do. But I could spend literally months in a place like that. Just you know, like okay, I need this today, and I just notebook after notebook after notebook after notebook. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, because then the translations would have to come into play, and I'd have to start doing that. Um, but oh wow, I can't even imagine. Like my um, I'll have to take a picture of my library and send it to you. As a matter of fact, I think I have one. I'll have to double check real quick. But I've I've always just wished that I had the means to actually collect um, rare books, first editions, things like that. Oh yes, I do in fact have one. Um, that's that's why I buy the books that I do, like especially the older ones that I can get because they don't depreciate because a lot of them are very hard to come by.
Yeah.
Um, that's also something I've actually wanted to learn how to do is authenticate and price and sell rare books. I've always wanted to do that. There's a course. I found a course on how to do it, but it's like over $1,000 for like a semester, like per semester, and they only have like 4 locations around the country. So,
Wow.
if you've ever seen the Johnny Depp movie called The Ninth Gate, his character,
Yes.
yeah, I absolutely love that movie, and I mean my love for books and his character in that movie is kind of what made me want to get into it. I'm like, dude, you're making sick money just selling books and authenticating them. That's insane.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Um,
Hang on a sec. Online education. Hurry up,
uh-oh,
please.
did you break your laptop already?
Hey, me.
Yes.
What happened?
Oh no, you said you got some kind of notification. I'm like, did you get a virus in it already?
Oh no. Damn it, it's not there. It had on the witchcraft page, getting an online education. I was like, oh shit, maybe they've got something that you'd find interesting.
Just send me the link to their webpage. I'll go do.
It's in the private chat already.
Okay, I was gonna
The
say
hell are you?
Cool.
I've got to. I've
Ooh,
definitely got to look into that.
Museum of Witchcraft UK. Ooh, nice.
I've always wanted to go visit that. What is it? The Garden of Death. All the plants in the entire garden are poisonous.
Yeah, I've heard of
wild.
that.
Google.
Yes, please, Splicer, go ahead.
I got you. All right. What? Midsummer Murders? Garden of Death? Oh, it's a TV show. Okay, I was like, what? The Garden of Death. Finnish. Like, okay. Hugo Simberg. Oh, that's a
Oh, that's
painting.
right. Yeah, that's right. It's in
That's a
Finland.
painting. Oh yeah, it's from Finland. Okay. Well, I don't want to look at the freaking painting. Yeah, the Midsummer Murders.
Midsummer Murders is a
The TV show.
TV show.
Yeah, I keep saying that, and then I see like works of art of this painting by this one guy, but I don't see anything on the actual like event or place.
Or, I can't remember. It was like the Garden of Death, or Museum of Death. I don't
Helsinki?
remember. And I'm sitting
It's
here.
called the Poison Garden.
That's it. That's
That
it.
makes a lot more sense, doesn't it?
Surrounded by.
It's at Alnwick Castle in Northumberland.
Ooh, the pictures are amazing.
Those gates are insane.
I mean, they're beautiful. So basically, this one woman created a garden of all the most deadly poisonous plants that she could find.
Batman's poison ivy is real.
Native and exotic.
Yeah, it's literally just freaking Batman's poison ivy, but a person.
Right.
What a lady.
I actually found a video on YouTube of it was of a guy who is an actual gardener that takes care of the plants in that place.
Oh wow!
I'm like, bro, I don't envy you in the slightest.
Hope he's wearing like protective gear like
No.
all the time.
Oh, he has to wear like very thick gloves,
Like a
like
freaking
all day long.
like a beekeeping outfit, basically.
No. Well, I mean, he has to wear like thick coveralls.
So, I'm gonna post a link in the chat.
Okay.
It's the official site for the garden. If you scroll down, right at the bottom of the page, there's a picture. Well, it's a video, but the
Yeah, that guy.
thumbnail that they've shown, that's him. That's the protective gear he has to wear.
Yeah. I saw that picture on Google. That's what I
Oh,
found.
okay. Yeah. So, like, he's like the glass mask to protect his face, and then he's in the like almost crime scene
Yeah, it looks like a
thing. Yeah,
Crime
like
scene cleaner, or or whatever, investigator, whatever you want to call him.
the person that like
yeah.
checks the scene for like fingerprints and blah blah blah.
But like, well, that's a lot to be able to look after the garden safely, and it's going to be really difficult to do it in all that gear. Like, it's going to inhibit your movement and shit, isn't it?
Vila, check your DMs. I found that picture of bookshelf that I wanted to send to you.
Oh, awesome.
This is super cool.
Oh, cool.
I'm glad you two know about all this cool stuff. Sheesh.
You've been living in Iowa, bro.
Okay, yeah, there's not much here to be honest, but there's actually
There's
a haunted
corn.
bridge like not too far from me.
So,
There's
Yeah.
corn.
I'm going to try and
There's
find this
corn.
book.
You have corn going.
There's soybeans too. Just saying.
Yeah. There's a lot of straight roads.
Yes, just straight roads, which makes it really easy to text and drive. But don't tell your kids that.
You shouldn't be doing that anyway.
I don't do that.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do, because you were talking with me on Discord while you were driving.
There
one
is
time.
no proof.
I have the DMs.
Yeah, that's just a message. Just like what time I sent you stuff.
No, there's actual words that says I'm driving.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I have the DM. I have the receipts. Damn it.
Whatever.
We have fucking receipts in this bitch.
Yeah, that's when I listened to that one album that one time.
Do what?
Whatever album that was that day.
Did you really just scroll back through our Discord conversations
Nope.
to make sure I was correct?
No, I would have known what album it was if I did that.
It was NOLA.
That's right. It was NOLA.
So yeah,
Please
score one for me.
Why do I have Pink Floyd in my head? Get out of here. Anyway.
Hey, don't hate on the Floyd, man.
Oh, I love Pink Floyd, dude.
Gumma is one of my favorite records.
There was this one YouTuber that played "Comfortably Numb" over like a montage. Don't worry about it. And it was great.
I'm getting ready to send. What is
Ooh.
this?
Nice.
Hang on.
Witchcraft and Demonology, Encyclopedia of.
Ooh, where did you find that?
I happen to live in a town in Kent.
Is that a hardbound?
Yeah,
Oh,
it is home to the oldest bookshop in England. That it was set up in like the 1700s, and they have a lovely little section of old books of like occult stuff. Like there is
If you-
17.
Well,
There, like,
there's the nerd boner.
yeah, I just got a nerd boner.
yeah. This one isn't a first edition, but it was printed in the 1980s.
Oh man.
Yep.
Yeah,
Big.
And it's in pretty good condition considering I've the one that's been owning it.
It's like, it looked freaking brand new. Sheesh.
Yeah, man. Oh man. Yeah, you and I are gonna have to talk for a little while after this is over because I'm always looking for books. I like, especially on like the Kabbalah and Freemasonry and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we also have a Masonic temple in my town as well.
Oh,
I love the fact they call them temples over there and they don't call them lodges. Oh,
and
excuse me,
now Widow's Sons. I'm thinking about moving.
Dude, if I had the means, trust me, I'd leave the country for a while.
This is dude. Look at chat. All right.
What?
He's like English. We have ourselves a Brit on the show.
Well, that's nothing unusual considering that once again, one of the co-hosts is in fact
Always
British.
have Wanderer here.
Yeah.
But hey, this one's not. Wait, okay, it's an actual female, not a femboy.
Wow. We can't go one show without that joke getting made.
Oh man, it never ends.
My
Sorry.
fictional dick is a thing of beauty, thank you.
Well, no, we're calling Wanderer. He's calling Wanderer femboy.
And I'm saying my fictional dick is glorious. Stunning. It puts every man in the world to shame.
Well, I mean, how are you going to compete with that?
Well,
I mean, the entire package.
Scottish co-host here. There he is. Tom tells he wants to come back.
Oh, wait,
You could
what?
send him a link, low key.
Hang on just a second.
Imagine if you got freaking Stu Dog in here. Sorry, Doc. Imagine have the Scottish guy, have the British woman here, killing it. Then
So
from the north
wait,
to the
where?
south.
No. Oh no, it doesn't work as well as I thought. I was going to say someone in like the northern part of the UK and the southern part of the UK versus like the northern part of North America and the southern part of North America.
Well, technically, Splicer lives in the Northwest or in the Midwest.
Exactly.
It's
You
north enough.
suck, Splicer.
It's north enough.
Yeah,
Hey, I actually go to Canada like every year though.
but you're
Okay,
still
we'll
in
let
the,
you off.
well, you're still in the Midwest though.
Yeah. I love.
I mean, you're from Iowa. You're from where Slipknot is from, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, happens, man.
Yeah, but the fact that a great band, well, when they started, they were, to come out of a place like Iowa is insane.
I know, man. These corn husking people. I tell you.
You're just a good corn husker, aren't you?
I mean, I literally, you know, the whole like the saying of like ride a tractor before you can ride a bike thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely drive a tractor at a fairly young age. Quite sad.
Are you bragging?
No, but I was plowing fields at like 12, so that was fun.
Did you have
like,
to?
like, you know?
Oh, I was about to say, were you like, was it? Did you have two mules in front of you?
No, it was one of those massive freaking John Deere tractors. Oh man.
Oh, look at Splicer up in the
dude.
deer. Up in the deer.
Up in the deer. Oh man. No, I I was raised more like country, as you would say, than I actually act now.
Dude, you're talking to somebody who grew up Southern Baptist and grew up around
That
with
ain't country.
well, I mean, grew up with parents that weren't into the music that I love now. And I had to find
you're at right now.
and I had to find it all on my own. Stu Dog, get in touch with me. We're gonna be wrapping up here probably pretty soon because I know Splicer has work tomorrow. We're running just a little bit longer than normal, but because our dear and lovely guest was a little late today.
I was really late, and I am still really sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I mean, you're more than welcome to come back anytime you would
Oh,
like
for real.
to.
Oh,
This is
thank
great.
you.
But yeah, he. Jesus, man.
I'm a big fan.
Hey, Stu. Oh, I've got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you. Why do you? I want to know, why do you say you're from the north, but you live in the Midwest?
What, me?
Yes,
Because
you.
What do you mean, dude? The one state above me is Minnesota. That's close enough to north.
But you're still in the Midwest.
Oh my god. What is the north to you then?
The north to me is everything
Maine?
above the Mason-Dixon line.
Oh, okay. Sure, man.
That's what separates us right there is the Mason-Dixon line, dude.
As far as I'm concerned, Missouri is our separation line.
That's what
like
makes you
Civil
in
War.
that's what makes you the Midwest then.
Just like the Civil War.
No, we are not going to relive that monstrosity.
Of course. Big monstrosity.
Huge monstrosity.
Bro, look at Stu Dog. Come on, man.
Dude, we're going to be wrapping up.
Bro,
here
you got
soon,
15
man.
minutes. You can drive for 15 minutes.
God.
Well,
So I have to know, like, do you read books like that normally? Is that like what you're?
Yeah, I'm pagan, so like I've always been really interested in the occult ever since I was like a kid. Like my nan bought me my first book at 9 years old and it was like about Celtic paganism. So Celtic shamanism. And yeah, after that I was like kind of hooked on that sort of stuff.
I didn't find things like it until much later on. Like I've been a Mason for a long time and never really considered how much deeper it actually went, like as far as like into a lot of esoteric philosophy similar to things like with alchemy and the Hebrew Kabbalah and things like that. And my brother that I talk about quite a bit on here is the one who like showed that to me. And while I was teaching him more about, our fraternity, he was in turn teaching me as well. And so then I started reading a lot more, and it's radiated with me so much more over the years, because it's like growing up Southern Baptist like I was raised, fire and brimstone and all of that jazz is just slammed into your head from the time you can really understand it. And it never made sense.
Fucked up.
Do what?
That's fucked up. Like
There's nothing like coming down here and going to just a good old fashioned Southern Baptist church gathering,
Sure, dude.
and you're gonna get some hellfire and brimstone while you're there. Um, but it just never made sense to me, and I'm like this. I just don't get it, and the whole time they're telling everybody, well, you need to love each other, and that's what Jesus would do and all this, and then I would see them, you know um, condemning gay people and talking a lot of trash about other members of the church behind their backs, and I'm just like, is this really what Christianity is? I mean, it
A
doesn't make.
very hypocritical religion.
And so I'm like, I understand that God does in fact exist, but it can't be. This right here just doesn't make sense. And it wasn't until years later that I was able to truly understand and have a deeper connection with it all. And I've always said that I believe that God, because no matter what your religious belief, which I have a lot of respect for all of them in their own way. Um, God, whatever God may be, presents himself or herself to everyone in a way that makes sense to that person or that they can understand. It's just like, yes, people find it in church. All right, that's where you found it. Me, I found it through philosophy. Like not only looking for the deeper meaning behind it all, but also looking inward at myself at the same time. Um, and
Yeah.
searching for that truer connection. Um,
I mean, that makes more sense to me because, like, I've had Mormons knock on my door, and actually, for ages, they left me alone. Like, or I can't. I'm not sure if it was Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses, actually, but
Same difference.
yeah, but well,
in it,
no, I
they
mean,
were like, "Oh, so when I
philosophically different, but still knocking on your door at 6 a.m. Yes,
pretty much like they knocked on my door, and it was winter, and they were started to talk like the whole spiel, and I'm like, sorry, I'm happy with the gods I've got. And they're like, sorry, gods. I'm like, yeah, gods plural. I believe in multiple gods. And instead of running the fuck away, they were like, can we ask you some stuff? I'm like, yeah, sure. It's like, what do you believe? And like, I told them what I believed in. And they asked, so do you believe in our God? And I said to them, well, yeah, I believe that your God does exist, but I also believe that my God exists. And I believe when we go to heaven, we get judged on the religion that we worshipped our life. You will be judged via you'll be judged via your God, I'll be judged via my God.
you're saying
And
that
as
the
long as we
experience.
live just and good lives, we have nothing to fear.
True. Well, see, I've always
They
been.
liked that, and they left me alone. They never bothered me again. They're like, "Oh, thank you very much." Like, they were nice. They weren't like, "Stay the fuck away from her. She's a devil woman." They're like, because I said I believe their God existed. They were like, "All right, cool. We don't need to worry about you."
We'll see. We'll see. One thing that I certainly believe in is that all gods, from whatever philosophy or religion you may look at, they all come back to the one, like the one true, all knowing, omnipotent creator of the universe. They all come back to the one. Um, because if you look throughout philosophical history, the stories of the main, um, the center point of it, basically like Horus or Jesus or Buddha, anything like that, they all fall under those same categories. Like as far as like the stories have their similarities, their dates and timelines and everything all kind of fall into the same perpetual portion. So they all come. That just to me that shows that it all comes back to the one omnipotent being. Um, I don't believe that. I don't believe that any god is well to me I'll put it like this. To me, God is non-sectarian. It does like the God itself doesn't belong to a specific belief or religion, you know. So, you know, how you choose to speak to said deity or how you choose to practice um, your respects or your worship to it, or and the name you choose to call it by, all it's all the same. It's just all done differently. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, for me, I don't believe that there's just one God. Like, I find that almost like an impossibility.
Right.
I believe that maybe there was one God that, like, in most stories, there is that one God that created the world, and then there are other gods that are also. But I don't believe there is just only one in doing everything, because, like,
Well, I'm
it doesn't
saying
make
that.
sense that one person can be everything. Like,
Well, it's about well, and I can explain this the experience further once we go off the air. Which incidentally, we've been going for almost 3 hours. So let's
Yeah.
definitely talk some more after we go off the air here in just a minute.
yeah,
But
unfortunately, when we go off, I'm gonna have to go to bed because it's like 2 a.m.
okay. Well, I'll tell you what. You and I we'll need to have another conversation.
Oh,
Um,
definitely. Like, maybe,
ASAP.
yeah,
I
maybe
can
just
stay
not
too, but that's
balls
okay.
fucking late.
Right. I can't.
And not just me turning up late either.
Yes.
Well,
Sorry, I've been
well.
so quiet. I've just been
Right.
listening.
It's been the time difference and everything. I completely understand. But guys, we are going to go ahead. We are going to wrap up for the week. Vila, thank you so much
Thank
for
you very
coming and
much.
joining us. And yes, you are welcome here any time that you would like to come on. You're more
Thank
than
you.
welcome.
Fantastic.
I
Um,
really enjoy being here. Like, thank you for having me. And, like, again, I am really sorry for being late.
oh,
And anyone that, like, was here waiting for me or wondering what the fuck was happening, I'm so sorry. Like, please
Yeah,
forgive
viewers, you
me.
got to show Vila some love.
yeah, definitely.
Aw.
If you don't already go and sub to this lady's channel, it is a lot of fun to watch,
Oh,
and
thank
also get to
you.
participate in. And I know that she'll definitely be back. Do you have anything coming up you want to shill real quick and let everyone know about?
I think on Friday I will be going live. Oh, Friday, that's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Better get to
I'm
sleep.
going to be going live on Security Monitor Lizard's channel,
Okay.
and I think we're just having a fun dick about, chatting shit kind of thing. And yeah, it's going to be me, him, and I think some other people. So come join us and watch. He's absolutely lovely, really chill guy. He also does stuff like talking about G-Man, etc., stuff like that. So
Do
it's
you have
good.
another?
And
Do you have another live stream coming up?
I have nothing planned, to be honest. Like, I normally just go live at the moment whenever I feel like it. I've not got a schedule yet.
Okay.
Relatable.
Yeah, we had an amazing production schedule, and then my work schedule went haywire, and I'm still trying to get it sorted out. So,
Ah.
Splicer, what about you? What have you got coming up that you want to let the folks know about?
Well, as we know, I'm the gamer of the group these days. And
Well, we have two. We have you and Wanderer.
yeah, but he is what's the word? He's more of a lore enthusiast for Fallout. Like I'm straight up gameplay, let's player.
Yeah, and you give me shit because I play Magic the Gathering.
I know. No, I have a video on Fallout New Vegas mod for the grappling hook. You can now just fly across the Mojave in New Vegas, and it is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Other than that, I have actually the returning of my Fallout 4 series. So I'm mostly, same as before. It's basically just pre-October schedule. So we'll see what happens.
Right. All right. Well,
Awesome.
guys,
I've just subbed, so I look forward to seeing the things and the stuff.
Thank you.
well, now we will be back this coming Friday. Once again, it will just be Splicer and myself. We're trying to get another episode worked out to where everyone will be back together. Like I said, Halloween was the first show. We had all been here in a few weeks, and so we're going to try to make that happen as much as possible. And I'm still working on everything, guys. Just be patient with us. Vila, you're more than welcome to come and join us Friday if you're available. We'll be doing it at the same time.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be like your Saturday though?
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I know there's a 4-hour time difference between us. So
I think it's 6, actually.
Oh, what part of our? What
'Cause
are
it's-
you?
It's middle Central Time, U.S.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock here now.
Oh, okay, 9. Oh, 5 hours then. 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2.
It would
Yeah, 5
barely
hours.
be like, what,
Okay.
11 then for you, and 6. No, it's 12, literally.
All right, but I'll be in touch with you about next Friday, and like
Yeah.
I said, you're more than welcome to come back and join us again. So, guys, we will see everyone next week. Once again, this coming Friday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and I will keep everyone up to date in the Discord. If you haven't already, once again, go and hit that thumbs up for us. It really helps us out. Hit that subscribe button, get the notification bell on. Come and join us anytime we are live. So, Splicer and myself, we will see you this coming Friday, my friends. But until then, as always, peace be with you.
Mm.